Welcome, everyone, to Late Night with Alex Wright, where I'm here to get you right. And today, we're here to talk about all things love and lust. So pull someone close, cuddle up by the fire, clothing optional, and get ready to be serenaded by sensual sounds all night long.
What are you doing?
Oh, what? Huh? What? No, just what? Don't worry about it. Nothing. I was just getting the mics ready for you. That's all it was. Yeah.
We'll have to review the footage later.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a very special Valentine's Day episode with Dubois. And don't mind anything you might have seen before this.
Wait, hold on. Before you start to do some nonsense here, is something like different or weird?
Yeah, something feels off.
Is it your hair?
Is it?
Like what?
No. She's not supposed to be here.
Huh?
I know you ain't talking to my man.
All bits aside, welcome back to another episode of the Dubois Podcast, our very special Valentine's Day episode. Since I'm your I'm your very special host for this episode. Here we go. Fuck. Hold on. This might take some time. This might take a little bit. Goddamn. My neck thick. This is an old tie. I want you to know. So, oh Jesus. Oh. I should have. We can cut this. We can cut this. I did it earlier. Like perfect. Fine. Seamless. What the hell is going on now?
Let go.
There it is. Technical difficulties. It's all right.
Sexy man right there.
Just
And
a
we're
tap.
back.
And
Yeah.
I'm your very special host today. If you couldn't tell by my official tie. I don't know if you noticed at all, but we have a very special guest.
Oh my
I
God.
wonder who that could be.
Where?
Would you like to introduce yourself, or would you? How you feel? Oh, my fault. Would you like to introduce the special guest?
You're the host.
Bro, okay.
All right.
Special ties. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna take over this part. I got it from here. Our lovely guest is my fiance Veronica.
There we go. I thought you'd want to say that. I don't know.
Back to the host to host.
I don't want to say it, that's why.
True.
Because then it becomes real.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, if I don't say it, it's
Low key. Don't acknowledge it.
You're talking to the mic.
Or the mic at anyway. So today, we're gonna keep it loose and keep it fun, keep it light. We got a combination of like the activity with the conversation part.
Yeah, we're doing a little different today.
Yeah, I like to change things up.
Like to make sure we dress for the occasion.
True.
All of us.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. Is dressed
Yep.
for the
Every
occasion.
single body person.
Every single person
in this
at
room.
the table
Yep.
is dressed
I
for
told
the.
you,
Uh-huh.
I'm dressed sexy.
Okay.
He's right though.
Sexy
He is
things.
right.
That's it.
That's
There
true.
you go.
All right. So for our very special Valentine's Day episode,
Yeah.
take a drink every time I say that. Oh. We have two songs per. Let's just get it going.
What he
Who
means
would
to
like
say
to-
is each person is going to have two songs.
Not each person.
What do you mean? Oh, you only have one? Everyone except for the very special
That's
guest
just
is going to
because-
have two song recommendations.
Crazy.
She doesn't have to.
In
She doesn't have
my
to.
defense, I was not warned about this ahead of time.
That
so
is true.
I was told
That's
I needed
true.
one.
That's true.
Not
That is
two.
Whose
true.
fault is that?
That is true.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, that is true.
No one told me to.
But we all knew through the link. We all knew.
Hold on, bro.
The mental email
Yeah,
chain.
plus you're the special guest, so you get special
Yeah,
privileges around
exactly.
here. So, all right.
Who?
Which side of the table did we start on
Yeah, I
last
don't
time?
know. Anybody like to start?
Viewers at home, if you want to leave in the comments who started last time.
I think it was Alex when he was here.
Okay, so we start with Chance then. I know we were allowed to have cheat sheets.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them, and one of them I just heard recently. So All right. So the first. Wait, are we doing both at the same time?
Do like
Do
one
one,
talk
two.
about it, and then the other one talk about it.
Okay, so you should do our love one and then like go back, like go around, and then
He
each
has
of
two
us do
love
our
ones.
freaky.
Yeah, love one.
We got a lover. Chance, go.
My first one.
I'm trying to help.
This episode's chaotic, just like the show.
My fist about make love with your face.
Okay.
As long as we make it love, that's all I care
Valentine's
about.
Day.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
My first one is "We Go Down Together" by Khalid and Dove Cameron.
I like that one a lot.
It is very nice.
That was a good one.
Very passionate, very connected.
What? I like the
No,
song.
nothing. It was just very wholesome. Just
Yeah,
I like that song
I
a
didn't
lot.
expect you to say it. I was like, I
Yeah.
know that one.
You said it earlier. Oh, you were. Never mind. All right. Second song.
Is "Melt" by Kaylani, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Very
Melt.
good. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, my
Good
girlfriend
pick.
played it for me. I'm like, oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Oh,
Okay.
you're who?
Listen to Kaylani.
Okay.
Who?
Who? Is that an owl? Who?
Maybe one day y'all meet her.
Stay tuned. My song recommendations for today. My first one is "I Hear a Symphony" by Cody Fry.
Good pick.
Very good song, very cute, very wholesome, especially because the song starts out very kind of like soft on the music, and then as it progresses, it gets more and more orchestral, and it's about how like before he met this person, he heard a simple song, so to speak. So everything was normal, everything was simple, but then after meeting them, that's when he begins to hear a symphony, and the music starts to build, and I just love it very much.
Oh, yeah.
My second song,
Oh
it's a little bit freaky deaky.
Jesus. Whoa.
It's "Get You" by Daniel Caesar, featuring is it
Kelly Uchis.
yeah? There
Oh
you go.
hell yeah.
I'm not sure how to say her
I
name.
didn't even know that. It's crazy.
Yeah, specifically that version. The one with just him. I think there's one with just him.
Yeah, I think
I'm almost
so.
certain. It's still
Maybe.
good, still fantastic. But the version with her, top tier, man. So those are my 2 song recommendations for this week.
For your boy, you know what I mean? The love song, we got My Wife Another Timeline. Tori Kelly, we got Don't Take Me Home.
Yes,
It's
that's what I'm talking
see,
about,
I know,
man.
I mean, I had to.
This
you know,
is my episode, man.
just for him. It's a song basically like you love spending time with the person, you love being around them, you love just doing things with them. So, you know, in the song, it's basically
All the
saying,
things.
when we're together, you can take me anywhere, don't take me home.
Don't take me
as
home.
long as I'm with you, you know what I mean? But then, my love song, you know what I mean? Is Can I by also Kaylani, because that song, that was for me. That song was made for me.
Nice.
Oh,
Kaylani
shit.
also in another timeline where I am a lady, also my wife.
All right, lovely lady Veronica, would you like to give us your recommendation?
Alrighty, so my song recommendation is definitely gonna be "Run Through Fire" by Pink Sweats.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell
Best
yeah.
song ever. He is lyrically so wonderful. His voice just sounds like heaven, and it's so sweet because he's talking about how he'll basically do anything for her. Like, I can't really go into lyrics because I don't remember them right now, but
Yeah.
like he's talking about how much he loves her, and I just think it's so cute.
Nice.
And like I love love, except for this guy. But
Damn, what did I do?
he's always trying to take my
Yeah.
man, and I want to fight him. But I love love. I think it's cute, and I think it's a great song.
Hell yeah.
I love love too.
Meets. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we're all here. For my love song, I got "My Whole Life" by Alina Baraz, where she's basically just talking about basically just everything that, I guess it's not her partner necessarily, but just a general song about like everything that they do for each other and how their lives are just happy being with each other. For my freaky song,
Yeah.
it's "GPS" by Galimatius
Yeah.
and Boz. Just listen to it.
What's
How about-
GPS?
True.
It's
That's all you got to
it's
say.
about navigating. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Mm.
Getting to the destination.
No route numbers.
Yep.
Global positioning sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Gargantuan penis.
Yeah.
Sensual.
Okay. All right.
Anyways,
with that, let's transition over to our little activity. Well, okay. So I'm going to say, and if anybody has any too that I don't bring up or you have comes to mind in the moment, feel free to bring them up. But I have a list here of different habits / traits, more so habits, in like a relationship. And I'm gonna say one, and then we're gonna give our initial how you feel, and then we're gonna talk about it, discuss it, and if it changes or if you just want to elaborate on your decision, you could do that too.
Are we just gonna go down the line on what we think and then discuss?
we
Like
could all
what
say
each
it
of
at the
us
same
think?
time.
Yeah, same
and then if there's
time.
any disagreeers, we could. Oh,
Yeah.
what, you scared to get close to her or
Well,
something?
no, but I don't want. Like, we can't both say it at the same time. I guess.
That's true. So yeah, we
Okay,
could.
so yeah, we go down the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go for just for down the line purposes? Decide it.
We started on this side for this. We can still start on this side.
All right.
Sure.
So explain the flag
What is
colors.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. No, not him.
We don't talk about this on camera.
yeah. There's a little. Anyway, it's complicated. All right.
But he don't want me. Anyways.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Get started. Get
Yes,
it
sir.
started.
Get it going.
Get it started. Get it started. Yeah. All right. Like to keep it light anyway. So the first one, if your partner is best friends with their ex still, how are you feeling?
Now specifically best friends.
Best
not
friends.
Like,
best friends.
okay.
That's true.
Like they see each other on the daily.
Regularly, yeah.
Yeah.
Daily is, yeah, I'm gonna say. However you feel, just yeah.
You know, I'm always bad at these because I was like, well, in this specific situation,
That's why.
they're
That's
gonna hit me,
yeah.
okay.
That's why.
Like,
That's why I
generally
was saying
how you
just
feel,
like
yeah.
knee jerk reaction, and then like talk about and elaborate because I also have specific.
We can go around the
circumstances.
table,
There
say
would
our
be
flag
a
colors.
conversation that would need to be had, so I would say at least temporary red flag.
Okay.
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 For me, it's not really a green or a red.
Mhm.
So I don't necessarily think it's bad. I don't necessarily think it's like a good. It could be potentially a good thing because it means that they can harbor healthy relationships potentially. But I don't know. I'm in the middle for that one.
Okay. For me, I made the list and didn't even really think about it. For me, all right. I'm keep it real. I have like a slight. Used to be a lot worse. Still working on it. Need somebody to work on it with. That's not necessarily true. I have a slight jealousy problem, a little bit. So I think like knee jerk reaction, slight red flag, but like a conversation,
Yeah.
I might be all right.
No.
Oh, I respect it.
I'm
Hell
sorry.
yeah.
I
Red
know
as fuck
me. I know
flag.
myself. Instant red flag. Like, especially like being a female and knowing like he's great. I don't think that he'll do anything, but like you never know
Who's to
what other people
say?
are thinking. Like girls may be like, oh, like he treats his girl good. Like he's a good guy. I want some of that. So like absolutely not. We'd be
Weasel their way
fighting.
in there.
Right, and it's
True.
either we're gonna be together and you're gonna drop her, or we're gonna break up and you can go back with your ex.
Ooh.
Period.
Low key.
Period.
Period.
I'm in agreement. I also kind of feel like it's a red flag. I think
Better be.
depending, I think
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely have the conversation and have
Blink
to meet
twice
the
if you're
person.
lying right now.
Oh.
Veronica, what's that over there?
Yeah, I think just knee jerk reaction. I'm gonna say red flag.
Okay.
I'll discuss after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I hear a lot of people do mention the whole like they trust their partner but they don't trust the other person.
True.
And I understand where that comes from because obviously you don't really know other people's intentions.
Mhm.
I guess for me though, like I can be pretty confident. I mean, unless there's something like illegal that goes down,
Yeah.
like nothing
Yeah,
is still
no,
gonna
I'm
happen.
jealous. I'm super
I know,
jealous.
that's- yeah, that's
I
fair.
like don't even like when somebody looks at him. I won't go crazy and like be stupid or anything, but like I'm watching you, girl. I'm watching you watching my man.
I think that's totally fair. I think having like a like kind of keeping an eye on the situation and being like,
Yeah.
okay, if you communicate with me and you tell me like what happens and you know, make sure that we're in constant communication about this and we can compromise somewhere, I think that's fine.
But what worries me is like at one point you guys had feelings for each other.
Mhm.
Like
That is
I'm
true,
not gonna sit here and say that like you'll never have feelings for them again. Like you don't know what could happen, and like people are messy, male
True.
and
It's
female.
True.
Male and female. Okay, not just men, not just women. Everybody's
Yeah, no,
messy.
My fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not, and low key, it is kind of canonical that when you're single, it's a little dry sometimes, depending on the person. But when you're in a relationship, when the people see you shining, that's when they're like, hold on, what's making them so happy? I want to be a part of that. Low key, so that's when, you know, you start getting a little more suitors. That's all I'm saying, for sure. But so understandable that like out of a situation, you know, it's not impossible for somebody to be like, is that what it was like? Or, was, you know, so.
Yeah. And I'm not in a relationship right now, so my perspective could potentially change once I actually get in one. But right now, at least, I'm very much at like a place where I'm like, if I'm with someone, I most likely trust them with like everything I have, and even if they take that and hurt me with it, that's like a lesson learned. Obviously, I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
But also, if they end up cheating on me, I probably don't want to be with them anyways.
True.
They're probably kind of a shit person.
True.
So it's like I think it's kind of like I'll give you an inch, but if you want to take a mile, then that shows more about your character than it does mine.
True.
Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of what Alex said about the whole like when you're in a relationship you shine. I feel like being like best friends with your ex, obviously y'all broke up for a reason.
Yeah.
So I feel like them being like, oh, he's really happy with like this person.
Yeah.
What's the difference between like
Yeah.
my relationship with
Yeah.
them and their
The
relationship
difference
with
is
them?
you suck.
Well, maybe not, 'cause they're still best friends.
I guess
That's
but
true. That's true.
You suck as a partner.
Yeah.
But
Oof,
then it
oof.
creates
Good
the
friends,
moment-
bad partners.
Yeah, I feel like it creates the awkwardness where like the ex might be like, hey, why wasn't this happening during
Yeah,
our
that's
relationship?
true,
And then
that's
you're just
true.
digging up.
See, that's
Okay.
the thing is
You know?
if the ex starts getting weird about it,
Yeah.
then that's
Then,
the
yeah,
point
then
where
it's
you got to
like,
be like, listen.
I thought we were cool.
Like
Yeah.
if we're cool, we should be cool,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't like be critiquing me and
Yeah,
how I
my
act in
relationship,
our
how I'm
relationship when
moving,
our
yeah.
relationship is done. You
Yeah,
know what
true.
I mean? It's
Well,
like
key.
Yeah, the
That's
problem
true.
might not even necessarily be that they're gonna take them away from you, but rather that they're gonna be whispering in their ear like, "Hey,
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
they're
what
not,
it
they're
is.
not good enough for you," or
oh, even
That's
then.
also
That's true. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
It's definitely a respect thing too, because like at one point, when are you disrespecting your partner?
Mm.
I
Like
think that's- yeah.
you and your partner should have the utmost respect between one another. And like if I'm voicing to you, like I'm not really feeling this girl, like I don't think you should be friends with her. As my partner, you should take that and be like, okay, like maybe I should take a step back. But
I do kind of agree with that because obviously there's you have to have a level of respect for your partner.
Mhm.
I also feel that like at some point
Mhm. Mhm.
you have to kind of consider both like sets of people. Like if you're really really good friends with your ex because you guys had like a good friendship, but you didn't work out as like a relationship necessarily. At some point, it may become unfair of your partner to be like, I don't, especially like on you as the
Hey,
person.
hey, hey, low key, this might come up again later, but just don't go.
All right,
Yeah,
all right, I'll just keep it
I'll
brief.
make it. I'll make it the next one. I'll make it the next one.
Okay,
I'll make it.
I'll keep-
Y'all are speed running the game. You know
Okay,
what I
all
mean?
right, I'll wrap it
Yeah.
up. But
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
But yeah. So it's more so like a thing where it's like for the person who is the best friend with their ex. Damn, I don't remember where I was going with that.
Damn, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
so
okay.
sorry.
I think you were kind of just saying like you kind of
You gotta consider the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to
because-
also, as the partner, has to take their feelings into account as well,
Mhm.
because especially because like if they have no poor intentions at all, like they love you more than anyone has or can love you at all. I think you should kind of take that at least a little bit into
Yeah,
account
yeah.
and be like, okay, this is how they feel about me. Maybe I'll give them the slack, but again, you need to have communication.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
make sure that you're on top of everything as the person in that kind of.
Yeah. That's
I don't want to say entanglement because that.
yeah. Oof.
I will also add that if you're the type of person where you're not okay with it, then you have to recognize that and
Yeah.
step away.
Also
and
true.
Find
Yeah.
someone that
That's
true.
That's also
That's in a
entirely
different
true. If you're-
situation.
if you're
That's
like,
part of
If you're like, well, this is like a thing for me where I just can't deal with it, then that's something that person then has to figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that, at the start of
Navigate.
any relationship, that's sort of like
The things-
One of the things,
conversation that you would
yeah.
For
have
sure,
that,
yeah.
Hey, this is my situation. This is your situation. Can we make this work?
Yeah.
Before you make it official.
Yeah.
Before you really become like a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I think that's my stance. Really, is I'm not once again. It's not like a major red flag, but it's definitely like if going into the situation, kind of having that conversation and being like, okay, like how did it end? How did things end? How are the conversations been since then? Yeah. And kind of getting a sense of like kind of where everybody in the situation stands, and then proceeding forward with that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But going into a little bit more of what you were talking about, we can move it up the list. The next one is okay. Your partner not wanting you to speak to certain friends or your exes.
What do you mean? So like gender or anything like that doesn't necessarily come into play. It's just more so like specific people.
Yeah.
They don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, don't take like specific context into account.
Yeah, just
general.
and then
and then we can discuss the finer points afterwards.
I don't think it's a red flag necessarily.
Okay.
For me, I do think it's a red flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah. I'm already doing the situation thing in my head, like the circumstance. I think it. Oh boy, I think just once again, just face value. Oh, it's a little red flaggy. Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah. Just surface level. I think. Yeah.
I feel like it definitely situational. Like it depends. Like if it's just I don't want you to talk to them just because. Like definitely it could be considered a red flag, or if it's a form of control. But like. I feel like if they just don't like them, maybe there could be like a compromise. So I feel like that kind of falls into like a beige flag or like a yellow flag.
That's what they're called.
Should have said. Like,
that's a new category.
We need her to write the episode.
Low key.
She has it all figured out.
In between where it's like it's kind of situational because like you can see it from both sides. Like I've been in a relationship where I've seen it from both sides where this person just doesn't like them, and out of respect, I drop them because my partner doesn't like them. But I've also seen it to where it's a form of control, and I feel like when you get to those levels, that's when it's really dangerous, and that's when you should kind of like reevaluate who you're with and get out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think also it's kind of a middle ground, but I lean more towards like a red flag because it's very situational. Should I just kick off the?
Yeah, I can say you can get into it. Yeah,
get into the nuance now.
For me, the exes thing I kind of get. Depending on like the person, I guess. But I feel like when it's like friends, I feel like there has to be more information.
Yeah.
Like, did this friend do something to them personally, or are they like doing things that I'm not seeing, or is it just like are they just telling me to not talk to them because they're jealous or don't like them? Then that's kind of red flag.
Yeah.
Controlling it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of I feel like it's kind of a middle ground depending on the scenario.
Yeah. That's kind of what like putting this one on the list is kind of. I was like, I think it's once again face value. It's a little bit like, I don't think I'm just gonna stop talking to him because you say so. But like once there is a dialogue involved, like why do you feel this way? And if they're like, oh, this friend, like maybe you don't see it because you're so deep in the relationship, like the situation, but this friend is kind of toxic for you, and you may like, but maybe you're just used to it, kind of thing. And then it's like, okay, I see it, or like an ex thing. It's like I'm uncomfortable with it because so and so. Then it's like a conversation, but once again, I think there have to be like good reasonings for like, hey, stop talking to this person. I'm like, bro, I've known them longer than you. What do you like actual
like some evidence or something that you
kind
can
of
point to?
Yeah, I think like stuff like that's important. Like for us, for our relationship, we've been together for almost 4 years now, and there was thank you. There was a time where like I had a friend who like we're not gonna give much detail, but Calvin wasn't a big fan, and like he was an ex at one point, and like although we were kind of friends afterwards, it was down to like my partner doesn't like this person, my partner's very uncomfortable around this person, and it's not that Calvin hated him, he just was like, I'm not comfortable, and out of respect for him, I dropped him. And like it's fine, it's not like I'm gonna cry about it, it's not like, oh my god, he's trying to control me. It's just like, he didn't like it, and out of respect for him, that's what I'm gonna do. But like I don't know, I feel like if he told me to stop talking to you guys, I'd be like, what? Right? Like we're friends. Like that makes no sense because it's like why all of a sudden? But like like you guys said, communication is
Yeah.
so important. Like
100%.
if you
Facts.
aren't having these conversations with your partner, get a new partner.
Yes.
Facts.
I'm
Especially
not,
if
you
your
know?
partner avoids these types
Yeah,
of
Hey, whoa.
like
You speed running the game again a little
Well,
bit.
I mean,
I'm too good at this.
Low key.
conversations
Did you
like
make
this
this list?
are always important, even
Yeah.
when they're uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that we would have gotten as far as we've gotten without these uncomfortable situations.
sure.
And
Yeah.
in the end, like, it helped our relationships and it helped us grow. So it's not hurting anybody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think my general sense of it being a red flag is because at least from what I see people describe like online and stuff like that, a lot of the time it seems to be this like control thing
Mhm.
where like no matter the context, no matter the nuance in the situation, I don't want you talking to them because I don't like them. It's not their effect on you.
Mhm.
It's just that I don't like them or if it's like a someone of the opposite sex or someone that they're attracted to or whatever. Oh, sorry if I'm like hitting you in the face.
Yo.
Where it's just like, oh, I feel like threatened by that, so I don't want you there. Like that type of stuff, I'm really not. That's type of thing when it's just in that general sense, it's a bit of a red flag to me. But like you guys were saying, if it's like a situation where your partner sees something that you don't in somebody, that you're just too in the deep end.
They always do.
Yeah,
The
it's
True.
amount of
always
That's
easier
true.
to see it
like,
from the outside.
He
Yeah.
has seen things before I have. And like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of oblivious. I'll admit it myself. Like, he has seen things that I haven't seen, and he's called it in advance. And he's like, I told you this was going to happen.
Mhm.
And he's not doing it to be mean, but he's doing it to be like, listen, protect yourself.
Yeah.
Be careful. Because, like, I know how people operate, and I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing.
Oh, for sure.
Like, when your partner's doing it from a loving stance, always appreciate it and know that, they're not coming at you. They're just trying to help you.
Yo, where's
Yeah.
it at for me, bro? When are you gonna send me
Don't
my
get it,
warnings?
Alex. It's only for
That's
me.
crazy.
Get your own.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with. Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I haven't found anyone to warn you about it.
Not. Damn.
Yeah, it definitely also depends on kind of like the vibe of your partner too.
That's true.
So like you guys are obviously very much like a good unit together, and you very much care about each other.
Oh.
So of course, any criticism, or not criticism, but like any sort of like pointing out of things is going to be for a healthy reason, for a good reason.
Yeah.
But like if your partner is kind of giving off a bad vibe, it might be on the end of controlling more than
Yeah.
anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
If they're raging out, destroying stuff
Yeah.
because
Bro,
like
oh.
of a little thing,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I
What are you
think
doing?
this may be a tough thing to put generally, but I think if you're afraid to tell your partner things, you should probably reevaluate some stuff.
You should never be afraid to communicate with your partner.
Exactly.
True.
And no matter what it is, whether it's something devastating or not, like, you should always feel comfortable enough to talk to your partner and be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. This is where I'm at. And if you guys can't make it work, then that's okay. But, like, you should never feel like I can't talk to them. I'm afraid how they're going to react, because you shouldn't be with them.
Yeah.
True.
And at
Absolutely.
the very start of relationships, it can be difficult to communicate like that. You feel like, I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
know this person. Can I really open up these walls and that kind of thing? And that's understandable. Those feelings are okay to feel. It's not like you being a bad person that you're not being able to open up with them. But having those early conversations and trying to get out of your comfort zone and break down those walls a little bit slowly but surely
Yeah.
is how you build a relationship.
Yeah.
True.
You have to be able
I
to do
agree.
that eventually.
As long as you can get to that point where you can have those conversations, that's what's really
Yeah.
important.
Early on, it's always going to be kind of
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, you don't want to just dump everything
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
it. You know, you want to
All right,
hit
well,
it
this
little
is a
by
lot
little.
right now.
Yeah.
All
Low
right,
key.
yeah.
Low key.
But it is how you build like a long-lasting relationship
Right.
with like full trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Hey, once again, going right into that one, basically. So there are technically two on here that are kind of similar. The subject matter is different, but it's like basically the same thing. So I'll just put them into one.
Okay.
But so your partner being unable or like unwilling to talk about like what like their feelings / their like past kind of thing, or history. How are you feeling? Or should I split it into two? Should feelings be one and then like them not like their past be another, or
I think keep them together,
Okay.
and then we can discuss the
like separate? Okay.
the nuance
Okay,
afterward.
okay.
Yeah.
This is in context of like a relationship, not
Mhm.
just like I
Yeah,
just met you. kind of thing.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would definitely say that's a red flag.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, that's a red flag.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Hold on.
In general.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nuances.
yeah.
may
Yeah,
change,
Okay.
but in
All right.
general,
Okay.
yeah,
In
yeah.
general.
Especially if you're
Okay.
cagey about it. Like,
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
like,
In that case,
No.
absolutely, it's a red flag. But I'll get into it later. So red flag, but it very much so depends on the situation, and I'll go into it after.
guess I have to agree with Alex on this one. It definitely depends on like what's going on, but like just looking at it, I would say it's kind of giving red flag a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
I say red flag only because, like you said, it's a relationship. You know, I'm assuming it's been time.
A little bit, yeah.
Time has passed.
Yeah.
I get, like, when it comes to the past, I totally maybe understand, like, not wanting to delve into that if you're not comfortable, because everyone's gone through things, traumas or whatever. You know, I don't expect, like, you shouldn't expect your partner to just dump it on you or whenever you want it. It should be when they're comfortable.
Right.
But like if you are like asking about things because like you notice something and they're kind of being dodgy, that's kind of weird. Yeah. But that's where communication comes into play, like big time. Like you really got to sit there and try and talk with them. If they are not doing it or like avoiding it, to me that's a like big red flag, because you should want to be open with your partner.
That can affect the relationship in the future of if they're not willing to either work on themselves or be open about at least the problems that they have, so that you can be ready for them. Because the last thing you want to do is have your partner surprise you with something that's risking their health or your health, or your ability to trust one another, and that comes up later and you can't do anything about it because they never really communicated that to you. But it's also understandable that, especially if you're dealing with like past childhood trauma or relationship trauma, especially because that can be difficult to talk about.
Yeah, you shouldn't force anyone to.
That kind of stuff you talk about over time, and you slowly get more comfortable with another, and can be more open about it. But if you just push it past, or like just push it back forever, it can get very dangerous and very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I respect it. For me, I put these on the list of two separate things because I feel differently about the two things, low key. So for the past one, that one, I don't actually mind that much, because if it's something that you're holding in and you feel like you like would prefer that to stay like to yourself, it's whatever. I'm not gonna like push you. I'm not that pressed. It's fine. But the feelings one, that's where, because as someone who's, you know, all cards on the table, who's been on both sides of the situation where I felt unsafe is not the right word, but like uncomfortable sharing my feelings, and then also being the person where the other person did feel slightly unsafe, not unsafe, unsafe's the wrong word, but once again, uncomfortable like sharing their feelings. One, sucks, feels sucks and feels bad. It does not feel good at all being told that, like, oh, when we were together, I was like I didn't feel comfortable being able to tell you these things. That's like, damn.
Yeah.
That'll make you grow. That'll make you be like, my root, make you reflect. But so that one, that's why I think communication is probably like the most important thing when it comes to relationship for me. You gotta be able to talk to each other about how you feel and like what you're going through. And if I do something wrong, let me know. If you do something wrong, or wrong's the wrong word, but something that I feel that rubs me the wrong way a little bit, then, you know, let's talk it out. We'll move forward with it, you know. But yeah. So like yellow flag or whatever for the past one, and then like hard red flag for the feelings one, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think it's how like the truth of your past or whatever kind of like affects
As long
you.
as it's not illegal, I don't care. keep the past to yourself if you want. As long as it's not. If the cops come looking for me, damn.
You want to know?
Yeah,
I feel like if it was, I would want to know.
Might be exciting. Who knows?
At some point.
It may be tying you in without you knowing.
Yeah, true.
Right, like you could be like
Hey,
getting
bro.
into the cartel or something,
Hey.
not even knowing.
Hey, I'll do what I gotta do, and die like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Right.
End up
Yeah,
buried
low-key.
in the Mojave. You know?
Low-key.
Yeah, but I think it very much depends on their reaction.
True.
Whenever
That's
you
true.
ask these questions,
true.
if their reaction is like I don't think I can tell you,
Yeah.
like I can't really like bring that up like just for myself, I think that's fine. But if they're like, no, I'm not going to tell you, I refuse to tell
But
you,
then
that
it
kind of
makes you
thing.
wonder though, are they not comfortable telling you because of their own issues, or did you not create a safe
Also,
enough space
yeah,
for
also
them?
very
And that's
true.
what
Because
yeah.
when you're in a relationship, you have to create a safe space
Yeah.
for that
100%.
person to be able to
Yeah.
come to and be like, hey, like, you know, I'm at 10% right now. I need
Yep.
you to pick up the 90. Like, and if you can't, like, I don't know, I feel like if you can't have a communication with your partner, like, why are you together?
100%.
True.
Like-
Yeah.
You are there to support. one
True.
another at the end of the
Exactly.
day,
Like, it's a partnership for a reason. You're somebody's partner. You're
Yep.
supposed to uplift them
Mhm.
and, like, protect them. Like, this is somebody that you're supposed to pour into, not, like, take from all the time.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
right.
And if you're on the end of where you don't think your partner is capable of giving you the safe space to do what you need to do, perhaps
Hit up
reevaluate.
Sean.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'll keep you
You
safe.
can
Yeah.
DM us, guys, and
True.
we'll get you his number. He is single and looking.
Our Twitter
Oh,
DMs
yeah.
are open.
Alex is
Yes,
too.
sir.
He's single and looking, my ladies.
That's his domain expansion. Safe space. You know what I mean?
You can talk to me about anything.
Yes, sir. Also, not unrelated. Valentine's episode, so different kind of relationship, but that's the kind of relationship I like to coalesce. That's not the word. I'd like to
Sounds super fancy.
foster.
though.
I like to foster like with my child, you know,
Yeah.
being like, hey, I want you to be able to tell me anything.
Yep.
I want you to feel comfortable enough to, because if you're in like trouble, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I can to help you. Kind of
Having
thing.
that relationship at any
Yeah.
age is so important. Like
Oh yeah.
even now as a 25, almost 26-year-old adult, like I crave that from people. Like I
Yeah.
look out for relationships where I feel safe, where I feel comfortable. Like I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel like this was a safe space to be able
Thanks.
to tell
Yeah.
my opinions and like tell how I feel. Like I
Nice.
joke and everything, but like you guys genuinely make me comfortable. Like you make me feel like I'm not going to be judged for what I'm going to say. And I think whether it's friendships, relationships, partners, family, like that's always important because there's a lot of people who aren't going to give you that. And like
100%,
True.
when
yeah.
you find that safe space, you cultivate it and you make it rich and you grow it and you enjoy people in that space. And it just makes it so much better. Like it just it's happier.
Yeah, it's a lot better when you can have open communication with everybody that's in your life, because then it's like if something bothers you and you don't feel comfortable saying it, that thing is just going to fester. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until you end up like blowing up or something.
Yeah.
So if you have like that good group of people where you can share whatever you want, whether it's critiquing
done that
them
before.
or
I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel
And
that.
it's like it's going to eat at you and you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
going to affect you. And it's like, why am I going to let this thing that's not going to matter
Yep.
in 5 years, 10 years affect me this much?
Yeah.
And like,
True.
I'm the pot calling the kettle black because I literally get so stressed. I get such bad anxiety. Like, you guys can ask Calvin, not right now, but you can ask Calvin. And
Hit him
he
up.
can
Ask in the
admit it too,
comments.
Yeah.
right? Like, I can be a lot. Like, I know that like I'm speaking this, but I've also been the person that like needs to hear it as well.
Yeah.
So I get like both sides of the coin. And I think the special thing is that we all understand honestly both sides of how it is. Like Alex, you're just saying how you get it too. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
everybody's been through it. Everybody's been the one being hurt, the one that's like doing the hurting. So we're all just trying to be better people at the end of the day, you know? Like,
Hey, you'll hurt somebody one day.
right. And
I may have already.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yikes.
very
I may have been in
precious
both
of my
positions.
safe
Oh,
space.
okay.
So like if you guys mess with these boys, like just know that there's a gang behind them. Like I may be tiny, but like
My fault,
they're
my
big,
fault.
okay?
Hey, these are my dogs. I'll
Yeah.
put these up. I'm just kidding. I won't fight you.
Yes,
I
you
will say this might be a red flag of mine,
Oh, here we go.
but please do not give me an ultimatum. Whatever you do, do not
True.
give me an ultimatum. I
Ultimatums-
promise you,
yeah.
it's not going to end the way you want it.
True.
That's one thing where I am like a hard like stance on, where it's like
Is it situational or
it
just
can-
ultimatums
of course,
in general?
of course, it can be situational, but in general,
If you're being the
ultimatums,
ass.
if you're like it's me or it's this,
Don't put yourself in a position
Exact-
where
just-
you have to be given
exactly.
an
Low
ultimatum.
key.
just well, I mean, yes,
If you
of
can,
course,
if you
of
can,
course,
I
yes.
won't say that like you can always
But,
avoid that.
you
If
know,
you can,
yeah, but I know me, and I know that like if you're putting me in an ultimatum position, I know that like it's probably not something that is necessary.
Yeah.
So and if you're gonna put me in that position, I probably don't really want to be with you anymore.
No.
That's just kind of my.
No.
So that's my personal red flag. Like that's a red
Again,
flag about me.
you gotta have a safe space. There's
True.
no safe space
Yeah.
there.
True.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, bro, what if a year in a relationship, your partner is like, hey, I'm tired of waiting, and they're like I apply this to the ultimatum show. You have to
Okay.
get married or
No, that is a little.
Nah, go on there and then find yourself another girl.
Yep.
True, Loki.
Yep. No. And then,
I
no,
mean,
I go on the
mean,
show.
No,
I go on the show and then they give me the ultimatum. It's me or it's this. And I'm gonna be like, well, anybody in the audience,
Yeah.
especially single, if you
Last
yeah.
low key,
Yeah.
low
No.
key.
Yeah, that's one thing I really just don't
Yeah.
mess with the idea of. It's just like if you're
Yeah.
gonna make me choose between you, because like I love you, I care about
Yeah.
you, I will always make space for you. So if you don't think that I can do that, then maybe I'm not the partner for you.
True.
Maybe you need somebody else who,
Yeah.
who can.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you as my partner giving me an ultimatum?
Exactly.
as well?
'Cause I
Like,
would
there's a lot
never,
of questions
like-
you gotta ask.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
gotta understand the psyche of both sides.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Someone is not growing if there's an ultimatum being
100%.
placed.
Yeah.
On one side or the other.
Yeah, the one receiving it isn't always in the wrong.
Sorry to
Sorry.
break off into
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
not on the list.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, no, that's
I
good.
had to
That's
get
what
that
I
off
mean.
my chest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like if you have something and you think about it in the moment, let me know. But ultimatums, like kind of, well, once again, specific circumstances, most circumstances for me, kind of a turn off like immediately. I'm like, we could have just talked about this. You having to make me make a choice is
Especially if it's some stupid shit.
especially
Especially if it's some stupid shit.
Yeah. Also, especially me. You know me. It's like if somebody was like, "Hey, bro, do this," or talks to me like any kind of way. I'm like, "Who don't?" So that's already kind of So.
Do you have any green ones so far?
Yeah, I was gonna say they've all been like red or yellow so far.
I've kind of looked like more so like looked for ones that would just kind of be
Like red flags.
like
generally.
more like talking pieces than
Okay.
like specific.
Okay.
But low key, a lot of them might be red flag.
Those are the easiest ones to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, facts. Like hate it because and talk about it.
Oh, just hating a while. Okay, we did love each other.
Low key. Okay. This one is being overly considerate, but like to the point. Like I know it sounds weird, at first, but
I'm confused.
like
It sounds like you're already framing it like a red flag.
yeah, that's true. I'll just leave it at that then. I'll just be like overly considerate, and then you can talk about it. The specific circumstance in my
Overly
head.
considerate.
Yeah.
They consider my feelings too much.
Of themselves or of others?
Oh, that's a good point. Ooh, that's a good point.
What?
She said, like of themselves or others.
What do you mean?
Like they give too much leeway to other
Yeah.
people, or they give too much leeway like in
Right,
the
like
relationship.
to you
kind of-
specifically.
So they're giving it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So others.
Yeah.
I feel like it depends because if it's the type of person that's willing to take advantage of somebody else, then it's definitely a red flag.
Yeah. That's true.
But I think I think I'm gonna go with red flag on that one because I
Okay.
feel like it's too easy to be able to take advantage of somebody
Okay.
that's just willing to give.
True. It's kind of what we talked about the other day.
With Misa Amane a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
that-
With
yeah.
like, yeah.
We went in a weird order this time.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Actually.
I think I agree with that. Where I think it's more of a red flag, like doing it isn't necessarily the red flag. It's if the person is being taken advantage of because they do it. But I do think it's not a good trait to have because I think that as like a person, like what are the word I'm looking for? Like making excuses for things, and letting things slide too much.
Now we're
That's a
getting
red
that's
flag.
okay.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
We found
That's-
the line.
yeah,
There you
that's
go.
a red
I have
flag.
another situation in my head too, but it's
Yeah,
fine, it's
like
fine.
that's a red flag on the person doing it because now you're hurting yourself in the long run because you're letting too many things go by. They're gonna take advantage of that, or at some point you might realize like, oh shit, like I let all these things go by that I really shouldn't have, and now you might turn into a monster.
Yeah.
No, low key. Low key.
It's not on your partner necessarily to force you to grow, but it is on
Yeah.
them to sort of make sure that they understand what you're okay and not okay with, and try and help keep you on the right track. Because in a relationship, you're supposed to help each other grow. You don't have to force them to grow, but yeah.
Tell someone, hey, stop letting these things slide.
Yeah, low key. Like, yo, relax.
Yeah, you like test them. You're like, you're not supposed to let me do this.
Yeah.
You have to say no on
Yeah.
this one. Yeah, I think red flag.
Okay.
I think because like a red flag for themselves more than anything.
Right.
If you allow yourself to be walked over and taken advantage of, then it's like gotta do better for yourself.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta-
essentially neglecting yourself. You're
Yeah.
putting it's fine to put others above you, but like when you're putting everyone else above you and you're not even putting yourself last, like
Yeah.
you're hurting yourself really in the end.
Exactly. Especially if you're letting like them get away with things that you know hurt you.
Right.
Yeah, like
know?
the mental capacity to be able to go through that and like understand that is just bonkers to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like you really are torturing yourself essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you can't live
you're
like
putting
that.
yourself through this pain that you know that you're not comfortable with, but you're doing it because your partner, and whether you love them or you think that you love them, like it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
reality.
I think that's actually a good kind of lesson is like I find that there tend to be some people who like want to keep a relationship even if it doesn't work, just so that they could stay in a relationship.
I've been there.
Oh.
I'm not talking about this one, but I've been there, done that, and like
Same.
trying to hold on to that is like it's so draining. Like you almost lose a piece of yourself in that, and I feel like a lot of young people, like we're still young, like we're only 25, 26, but like when you're younger and you're like a teenager and you think that you found the love of your life and you let pieces of yourself go by letting these things slide, and eventually you're looking at yourself like, who am I? Like for me, I was in that situation. It was very hard for me to come back afterwards and be like, who am I? What makes me happy? What do I want? Like I had a whole identity crisis, and I was so young. Like I was a teenager. I was like 18. And here I am, like, I think this person's my whole world. And look at me now. If you would tell me now that, like, where I was at 18, I'd be here. Right? If you would tell me that, I'd be like, you're out your mind.
True.
Like, ain't no way. Like, it's crazy how easy it is to lose yourself by loving someone else when they don't really love you back. And when you learn that, it's hard and it hurts and it's going to kill you inside, but you will be so much better off for
100%.
it.
Very
Like,
good lesson.
So let me see if I can actually put this into a lesson that sounds intelligible, or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
You're
Here we
if
go.
you're in a relationship and you think that this person is endgame, that does not mean that they are. Address things, figure it out. Don't be afraid that if you let go of this person that there will be no one for you, because I promise when you let go of this person, you're going to find a world of people who are far better for you.
True.
So please.
you know, and sometimes when you let go, you know, the universe has a crazy way of bringing people back. Like, to give a little background, me and Calvin went to elementary school together. After 6th grade, I no longer saw him. Flashback. What facts? Oh, right. We actually dated in 5th grade. You know, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We held hands and sat at the lunch table together.
All right, let's calm it down a
But
little bit.
sorry.
PG over here.
Holding
But,
hands.
There was a point where
Shit out of you.
for a very long time we didn't speak, we didn't see each other, and then we happened to match on Tinder, and unfortunately at the time, like, I was messing with somebody else, and like I couldn't give Calvin the attention that he deserved or needed, and I lost him, and it was another 2 years before he came back into my life. And
But now
you
you're
know,
back.
it was unfortunate reasons as to why, you know, we started rekindling, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what I mean? Like, I've been by his side for the last 4 years. I've gained amazing friends. Like, this friend group is wonderful, even though it's only half of them. But, like, I've gained amazing friends, and, like, the right relationship will do that to you. You know, you'll find people who will make you safe, give you a good space to be you in. And, you know, I found friends that are going to be at my wedding, going to be in my wedding. These are going to be the people that,
She won't let me be a bridesmaid, though, which is kind of messed up.
Facts.
I mean, listen,
Crazy.
I support anybody being whoever, but like
It's not
these
me.
are the people
She has a
that
specific plan.
I'm gonna have cookouts with in the future. Like, these
Okay.
are, you know, lifelong
Yeah.
people, and the right person will
Yeah.
bring that for you.
Hey, what you need, young buck, young blood?
100%. Maybe not Alex. Alex kind of was just like,
Damn.
kind of just like, you know,
All right,
he
well,
that's
scooted
what happens
along.
when you're constantly
Alex
going
wants
after
to
her
take
man,
my
bro.
man, everybody. So me and him constantly.
Stop
are
looking so
fighting.
good.
He's mine. I made him look good. No, just kidding.
Shut
No,
up.
actually.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's like it's really important to just find
Ugly.
those people and make sure you keep an eye on your man, because this one is on the prowl.
Lock him up.
I'm about to.
So yeah, just because you think this is the one doesn't necessarily mean that they are. And don't be afraid to, you know, go back out into the world.
Kiss some frogs, experience life.
Exactly.
You
Kiss-
never know
True.
what they'll turn
Like, kiss
into.
some lady frogs, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Male
Yeah.
frogs, lady frogs, whoever.
Everything
they,
in
them
between.
frogs,
Just
like
start kissing them.
everything.
Frogs,
Make out
toads.
with everyone. Except for this one.
Toad.
Toads. Toads.
I don't know.
T-O-A-D-S.
Okay, bro.
Got my eye on you.
Never.
I got mine. You'll never know how sweet the air is. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I was gonna say something stupid.
All right.
After swimming in trash, when you get out the trash, you be like, "Damn, it's actually kind of nice out here." Anyway, I say you gotta play.
Next question.
You gotta you gotta see how bad it is, how bad it can get to be like, "Damn, it's actually kind of cool out here. It's like this." Anyway, grass is greener. Anyway,
There you go.
I have another, like, it's this. I'm sure is gonna be a red flag, but I have another. spin on like the overly considerate thing is to the point where they like put like what's the word? Overstep boundaries. Like they're overly considerate to the point where they'll like do stuff for you and you're like, hey, I'm not really feeling it.
I don't need all that.
I didn't think about it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So not to the point where they're like
kind of like
being
a thing,
walked on,
like
but
in
they'll
in an instance, like they're like they
Yeah.
almost like baby you. They're like,
Yeah.
I want to do everything for
Yeah.
you. I want to do this and that.
Yeah.
Even though you're like a grown man who
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah. You're like,
or for a
hey,
woman or
yeah,
whatever.
I'll press my own shirts, and you're like, I already did all of your shirts 3 days ago. And I'm like, well, in that case, I'm like, hold on, thank you, I appreciate it, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
extent
yeah.
of
Yeah,
thank you.
I think that's
But-
more of like if it starts to happen, you communicate and be like, hey, I could take care of some of these things. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I thank you for doing that, but I would like to also
Yeah.
take care of
Yeah.
some of those things
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah,
I think like the principle behind it can be a green flag
yeah,
where they're so willing to do things for you. However, going too far with it is definitely like a red
Yeah.
flag, especially if I tell you like, hey, I can
I can do these
wash
things.
my own back. Thank you.
Jesus.
I can do my own laundry. And then they're like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
definitely a red flag.
Because that's what I was thinking of more so is like somebody like considerate to the point where they will assume how I'll feel about like a certain thing that they do
Yeah.
as opposed to like knowing kind of thing. So
I feel like it's a double red flag though if you
Damn.
communicated all this. But if you
Oh, I see what you're
communicated
saying.
all
Yeah,
this
yeah.
to your partner and your partner's still doing it, like
Yeah.
if you've told them like, hey, like I can wash my own drawers, like I'm fine, like I
Yeah.
could do it,
Yeah.
and they're like, no, like it's fine, like it's okay, and like
me
you
wash
said
the
like I'm
drawers.
more comfortable doing it
I
myself.
don't want you to
Right,
see them.
you know?
No, what do you not understand?
let me wash the
Listen.
drawers.
But it's
I
like-
need to wash.
You don't understand.
No, at this point it's like, are you good? What's your obsession with
Right,
drawers
but
so
it's
much?
like,
Damn.
You know, if like I've told that to you, and like I've told you I'm uncomfortable, and then like you ignore what I'm
Yeah,
saying, then we
it's
got
like-
an issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause
Doing
I
too
think
much.
It's
Yeah.
man, being a human's complicated.
True.
It's like easy,
True.
Like,
True.
I want a refund.
Damn.
Let me start over. Let me do it different.
Facts.
Put me in a skinny body, please.
Oh,
Can I be
skinny
like
body.
Elon Musk or
Little
something?
body.
Yeah,
Or
right.
like
Let me be XA.
Steve Jobs or someone,
True.
or like Beyonce. Maybe not Beyonce because
Yeah.
she does a lot of work. But like, can I
True.
just be someone
And
that
she with
has a lot of
Jay-Z.
money
Let-
that
let
doesn't
me-
have to do anything?
My fault. Not my type personally. That's just what.
We're never getting signed to Def Jam now.
Yeah, we
I
lost.
don't think we were.
we just lost the title deal that was in the
My fault.
works.
Sorry, I don't think I was. I can't speak for the rest of you guys, but
The title
have you
even
heard my bars?
Anyways, next question.
All right, we're gonna go over to you know, a little bit of freaking, well, lack of freak, I guess. So, and I'll give a specific context. So, like, emotionally and like physically, you're all in, 100%, very compatible. But the sex is kind of you know what I mean? It's like, not that compatible sexually. Compatible. Sexually. What about that one?
I know we did it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing. And just looking from like people who've been in relationships for a while, they don't even like they fuck like once a month.
True. Low key.
Eventually,
I don't got time today, man.
It doesn't. It's which, to be fair, like good, healthy relationships, you do have that physical connection fairly consistently to sort of keep it going and to keep that passion going. But I don't think it's a necessity. I think it is a good thing to try and work on.
But it's not a deal
But
breaker.
it's not something that has to be like top of the line.
I need 10 out of 10 freaky sex every time.
It is nice.
Yeah. Shoot me by that.
So Sean, what do you think?
Well,
I wouldn't know.
as a shut the fuck up.
He's a liar.
As a regular sex haver. No, but I
Better
do
hope your
think-
mama don't hear that.
Oh, it's true. Don't watch this
Don't
episode.
watch this episode, Mom.
Oh,
Watch
it's too late now, but
Sorry,
I'll give you a
Jess, we
time
love
code.
you.
oh, there you go.
I do think that sexual compatibility is a very, very important thing in relationships. Because I find that a lot of the reason that those types of relationships where they have sex like once a month is because,
That's true.
is because it's ass.
Damn.
And if they keep going, then they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, we need to cut this shit off. It's not working. But I find that like it's very important. It's not the most important thing, I don't think. I think your emotional connection is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But sexual compatibility is very important, especially like your partner needs to be willing to learn. They need to be willing to like ask questions, to do the things that please you. And that goes both ways, of course. So yeah, I think it is. It's not. I don't think. Again, I guess I don't know, but from where I'm standing right now, I don't think it's something that I would like end a relationship over. But I do think it is very important.
Yeah, I'm realizing a lot of these are at most yellow flags. You know, I just want to talk about some habits with the homies. Anyway.
We're still discussing them.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I mean, if everything was green, you know, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I get why. You know what I mean? We got to talk about it. But I'd say, once again, I don't think this could be a green flag, but like a yellow flag. I don't, you know, well, you might not know me. You know me.
Fiend.
Don't let them know. Yeah, you know, so I think it is, once again, like, even important, even like is a little too far for me. I think it is a bonus plus, hell yeah, Jesus Christ. Bonus. But I don't think it's necessary, to be honest. Like, once again, fun, kooky, good times, but I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's necessary. Could be cool, but hey, bro, we hit it once a week. It's kind of minimal. I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I think it's
Take
easy.
care of myself.
I think it's easy to say that when, not to put your business out there, when you're not necessarily in it. You know what I mean? Very often. But I think when you're in that relationship,
exactly. No, actually, facts. Never done it before. I wouldn't
Shut
know.
up.
I wouldn't know.
Shut up.
I'd imagine it's kind of cool, but I don't know.
When you're in the scenario of a relationship, I feel like if you're just like, yeah, we like do it like once a month, and it's
well, I'm not going to tell my homies that.
well, of course. But
I'm
saying like setting up the scenario. We're only doing once a month, and like
it's all right.
we're done at the end of it. You know, like I think after a while, it's probably going to be like, all right, we need to get something. However, I will say, if your partner is bad at it and they refuse to try to get better,
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's 100% a red flag.
fair.
They're like, no, as long as I'm good, that's all that matters.
Okay.
So yeah.
You can be good somewhere else.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
My man got the champion sweater on. He acting different. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's kind of how I feel.
I'm gonna let
Jesus
Calvin
Christ.
answer this one before I answer this one.
Slag.
Okay. See if you're on the same.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So I think as a general thing, I think it's more so up to the two people. You know, I don't think it's important for everyone. Some people value sex like it's really important.
That's
You know,
true.
some people have a high sex drive.
Yep.
Some people don't have sex like at all. It's not their thing, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
It's once again we're back to communication.
Yeah.
You have to know these things.
There's a
like
theme.
Yeah, I think and for most relationships, I think it is an important factor. It's not number one.
Yeah.
I mean, like sex can be great, but if you're a shitty person,
I mean,
it's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. Ultimately, sex
oh,
is like
this-
something that happens
yeah.
sometimes where the emotional connection is all the time. You
Yeah,
know.
I do think once a month is a little crazy.
A little crazy, yeah.
a little crazy. But I don't like kind of like what Alex was saying. I don't
It's about
think
to get
it's
taken away. Sorry.
I don't think it's like the most important thing or necessary. It's all about who you are as a person, how you value sex, how your partner values it.
Yeah, it's interesting if you like one partner is more sexual than the other person.
Yeah,
Sort of
that
also finding those boundaries.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it too much where the other person's just like, I don't like doing this, but also you still want
keep
to be able
tapping
to
the
sort of
phone. I
give
think
your
it's
partner
related.
what.
yeah,
makes
you
them
both should
need
be
to
at a
feel
good
that
middle
connection.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's not being starved and one's not being like
Right.
But also that also could potentially be like
where you should.
a deal breaker kind of thing.
yeah,
you
because
should.
it's like,
You're not
if-
as compatible.
if someone's all the way up here and this person's all the way down here,
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
maybe
there's only so much.
Finding,
Yeah.
room
when,
you can
when
move
you're
twice a month.
starting-
Nice.
when you're starting a relationship and you're starting to figure out the
Hell
more
no.
You get this.
physical-
Sorry, go ahead.
the more physical parts of it, you definitely that again another communication thing of sort of figuring out, all right, what do each other need physically?
Yeah.
And can we supply that to one another?
That's actually a good point. Is even if you're not necessarily like a sex wanter,
Yeah.
if you can still get your partner to where they want to be as far as their pleasure, I think that is also kind of a good compromise that you can make.
Yeah, and I do agree, like what you said. Like if they're not willing to learn or not necessarily experiment, because that goes into the whole like being comfortable with things, but willing to like learn or get better at certain things, then that's not good, because like you want both people to be satisfied, doing it. So let's go to your answer now.
Well, I think like I would see it's hard because I wouldn't say that it's not important, but I also feel like it's not of the utmost importance. I think the number one thing that you should be able to have with your partner is intimacy. And when you can have that intimacy, right, whether it's like
that's what I'm saying,
like whether we can relate mentally, emotionally, like physically is always great. Like if you and your partner are struggling having sex and like are willing to work through it, that's amazing. Like, there are a lot of things out there. There's a lot of tools out there. There's websites, I guess, if you want to go on there. Like, there's things that you can do that can like help you get more comfortable, like learn more things. But like, I definitely would give it like a lighter yellow. Like, it's not like a full yellow flag. It's kind of like it's not a green flag, because I wouldn't say that that's great, like not being able to have good sex, because good sex is important in a relationship. But I think it's compared to like, how does he stimulate you mentally? How are you guys having conversations? Are you guys
the
are you guys able to like talk about things other than just sex? Like if sex is your number one, like most important focus, your relationship is gonna sizzle out so quick. And whatever you're avoiding and replacing with sex, like it's just not gonna work. The sex is gonna become dull. Like you're gonna just be like, ew. And eventually you're gonna get the ick from this person. Like you're gonna
sorry, ew.
And you're gonna be like, this person's nasty. Like there's nothing about them that turns me on. And it's just for the simple fact that like now you kind of you have to this person's not communicating with you. They're not willing to learn. They're not willing to change. And like there's nothing wrong with being bad at sex. There's something wrong with not willing to take advice and not willing to take any action towards anything different. Like, bro, if you think that you are the best out here, then by all means, like that may be your opinion. But like, I bet you the girl that you're sleeping with probably thinks differently.
If you think you are the best,
you
wrong. Probably aren't.
You're wrong.
If you
wrong.
think you're the best, ask your girl and have her tell you the truth and say, "Don't lie to me, babe." And if she tells you, "Yeah, you're still the best," then you're the fucking best. And if you're not, you're the best.
Like, but when you ask this question, kind of like do like one of those, and if she jumps back, she's probably lying to you.
Damn.
She's afraid to tell you the truth.
Right, but like sex is important. I definitely am pro like have good sex. So good sex is important. Good sex helps you know another level of intimacy with your partner, but like it's not the most important.
And sex isn't the only way to be physically intimate with your partner as well. It's good to like cuddle and just embrace each other.
That's for me.
Really.
Sometimes that embrace means more than the act of having sex. Like
100%.
if I've had a rough day and I come home and like he's there and he's just excited to see me, that means everything. Like that level of intimacy, like Alex is just jealous because he's not gonna get that. But that level of
embrace is pretty nice.
It's like it's what you crave for. It's what you like, it's like seeing that person's home for you. Like that, I feel like that is really, really important.
Yeah. Ladies.
She's snapping today.
Thank you.
Ladies, I just want you to know, if you're willing to play with my hair,
I was gonna say,
I will tear down governments for you.
Hell yeah.
If you're willing to hold me and play with my hair, I will conquer this world in your name.
Pull out my scalp.
I can attest.
I do want to add to like, if your partner isn't good, I think if you're gonna talk about it, you need to be graceful.
Yeah.
Like don't make
like,
them
hey,
shit.
bro,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
be
getting me
real.
off
That's
for
just
real.
ass.
Because it could be that they never done it, or they're still new to it, or maybe the people that did it with before just weren't
Like
putting them in the right
different
direction.
things.
Or
Yeah.
different things, I think you have to be nice about having that talk and
You have to
really
be graceful.
Yeah.
You have to give a lot of leeway. You have to be very patient.
Yeah, work
and
with that.
yeah,
Don't just
100%.
like 3 times and be like, "Oh, you're still not doing it right. All right,
Like-
you're done. Get out."
Sorry.
Again, the safe space, y'all. Create a safe space for you and your partner, and just life will be amazing. Sorry.
Keep it a mic.
Point close.
Nice. Nice. That's how we feel. Okay. All right. So going back to the more not nasty stuff. Your partner is only kind to you.
Ooh.
Only kind to you.
I have like a little secondary caveat once we're done with this one too. Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
For some reason, they seem to like everything about you, and they don't see like a flaw.
No, so it's more so that they're kind.
That's
to you,
another
but
one,
not
low-key,
really to
but
other people.
we'll get into that later.
They talk nice and sweet to you, and then your friend walks by and they're like, "I hate you."
Yeah, they're only nice to you. That's yeah. But like other people, they're like, "I'm a fucking guy." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would say that's probably a red flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big red flag.
Okay.
Huge red flag.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot it was my turn.
Trying to like look at himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. Might be at like a yellow, maybe.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Well, okay. So, I guess to put a specific caveat on it, if they're not cool to my homies, red flag. But like in terms of like
People.
like we go actually not even because if we like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If we go into a store and the cashier's like, "Hey, how you doing?" and then you pull up with some attitude, I might fight you for them because it's like, what are you doing all that for, bro? You're embarrassing me now too. You're gonna think I'm an asshole. I'm not like that anyway. Well, I might be sometimes, but
Sounds like
are you sure it's a yellow flag?
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I was like. Well, now I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Hold on.
He's like, well, they're nice to me.
In those specific instances, like family, friends. All right, so just face. All right, face.
I don't
Family,
think
friends, strangers.
Well, no, because like just randos. I don't give a fuck if I'm being honest. But like specific like people that we have to like interact with, like cashiers and stuff like that. Then it's like relax, pull it back some.
It's like an orange flag.
Yeah, it's yeah, orange. Yeah, sure.
If we're going with new colors now,
Oh.
I'm gonna go with orange
Purple.
too. I mean, purple's the
Yeah.
best. Team purple over here.
Okay.
Based.
But I would definitely just say maybe like an orange flag because if you're rude, like it's a turn off. Like don't be disrespectful to somebody. Like don't just like give them attitude, especially like
Without
a cashier.
cause,
yeah,
Yeah.
like that is like no.
Yeah,
but
my little caveat was gonna be like wait staff specifically.
right, but at the
Honestly,
same
it's one of
time,
the
like
dreams, bro.
I also don't want my man to be friendly with everybody because of the simple fact that like people will see that people, aka Alex, will see
can
that
I
and
say?
look at that as an opportunity. Like, oh, he's being nice. Like, somebody may think that he's flirting. Like, he's respectful. He's not rude. Like, he's just trying to be nice. Maybe like he's flirting with Alex, but like he's not gonna be flirting with the waitress in front of me because he knows how that's gonna end. Like, it's
When you
not
go
gonna
to
be
the bathroom,
rainy.
though.
Yeah, and it's
I know he
time.
better not. I'm gonna put a tracker on his behind. I'm gonna be looking over the booth like I'm watching you. No, but I think definitely orange flag. Like, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, especially to people who are just doing their job. Like that to me, that's an ick, a major ick.
True.
But like, don't be overly friendly either because I don't want someone to think that they have the chance to come into our relationship because then I'm gonna be upset with you because you're my partner. Why are you letting somebody think like, oh, I can wiggle my little way in? Because that's messy, and we
True.
don't like messiness over here.
Get met with these, you know what I mean?
It's gonna really get messy.
Yeah. Best soccer player in the world. My fault. All right. Sorry, football. Sorry.
I'm gonna go with red because like I don't like mean people. You know,
True.
just in general, like
Be mean to me. Sorry.
shut up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could be.
I'm
You
sorry.
could be a little mean to me. You could be a
Rough
little
me
mean
up a
to me.
little. You know what I mean?
Like,
Tell me to
to
get
me-
them bags. You know what I mean?
You want me to get them bags?
Like I don't know. I don't want to see them be mean to people unless it's like warranted. But
Yeah.
like then again, like that's not the question. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you could open up the specific caveats now.
Well, I
It's
think
your
you know,
turn.
we kind of hit them. Like for me, like any kind of service worker, don't be mean.
Yeah.
We've all worked there. Like I don't care if you went from working at a grocery store to now being a millionaire. Don't treat them like
Yeah.
shit. Like they're still people.
Yeah.
I don't care if you've been a millionaire your whole life. Don't
yeah,
treat them
that
like shit.
either.
Yeah.
True.
Like no one deserves like that kind of treatment.
No.
So I think like if someone I was with was acting that way, I'd be like, we gotta split because
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that.
No,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
on
be
their
real.
side.
Yeah, if I went to like a restaurant
Mhm.
and they were like crazy mean to the wait staff, I'd be like, listen, I don't think we could be together anymore.
Okay.
To be for real.
Okay.
I can't.
I'm sorry, but if we were on a date and you acted that way toward the waitress, I'm gonna tell you I have to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna block you, and we are never gonna speak again.
Low key.
Because
Remember
if
that.
you're right, I mean, he's not going anywhere.
Oh.
Trust me. We are locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you could be as mean as you want.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, show
See,
put-
but
show
that's
put
the
some
thing,
plate.
though. It's like with our relationship dynamic, he wouldn't be the mean one. I would be the mean one. I would be the asshole because I'm the one that's quicker to catch an attitude than he would be. But like, I would never admit that outside of right here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
What's that happens
America.
here stays in here.
Right, but like, you know, like it's different. Like I feel like if you're just being an asshole to be an asshole, like go away.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to be around that. Nobody like ew.
Yeah. Gross.
Ew.
I will say, I will say that I need somebody who's gonna. It's like a thing on the internet, on the memes that the youth post, but like genuinely. I low key kind of need someone who's like, if my order's wrong, is gonna be like, hey, excuse me, sir, because me, I'm gonna just be like, well, I guess I'm just.
It depends on how wrong my order is. Like if I said no tomatoes and they put tomatoes on there,
Well,
but
yeah,
she's
then
like,
it's like,
hey,
yeah.
come over here. There's tomatoes on this. I'd be like,
Then it's like it's
hey,
not
check
that
this
deep.
out.
I'll
Whoop,
just
it's
take it.
gone.
But like if it's
Yeah.
like the wrong thing, yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah. Still though,
hey, you got that, please?
still though, don't have that much attitude because
True.
if you,
Yeah,
just be like,
just be nice about it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You don't just because things go wrong doesn't mean you have
Yeah.
to adopt an attitude.
Exactly.
You can just be
Yeah.
cool about it.
Yeah.
To address the more specific question you asked about them being only nice to
Yeah.
you and nobody else,
Yeah.
I think that definitely shows like an ulterior motive.
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
that's weird vibes because like, why are
Okay.
you only nice to me?
Yeah.
Are you
I would do
actually
some-
nice to me because you like me,
Mm.
or
Yeah.
because you are trying to get something from me?
Okay. I didn't even think about that. Oh, what?
Trying to get my goods, man.
the only thing I can offer. Well, not me. This one's well. I like combine them together because they're like same category, but one is one is more serious than the other one. But if they don't want pets/kids,
Pets are a red flag.
oh, okay.
If you don't want pets,
Okay.
get out.
Oh,
I agree.
okay. Hell yeah.
Kids, on the other hand, I feel like that is
I might
definitely
die.
dependent
No,
on the
that's true.
person.
Actually, that's true. That's true.
Oh, except for Chance. I mean, if you don't have cats, if you're dating Chance, because we don't want him to die.
Or dogs.
We like
Or
him.
gerbils.
We like to keep him around.
Or ferrets.
Hypoallergenic
Get the
alternative.
hypoallergenic
Right, there you
ones,
go.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, you're
like
good
get
with
like
Toby,
a
right?
stuffy that looks like a dog or something.
Toby's
you know?
my dog, man.
Fine.
I actually really like
Shout out
animals.
Toby.
I just
Huh?
get done
Yeah, sorry, not my dog,
Yeah,
but
it's rough.
He's
I
not-
totally get it. We have 2 cats, and our cats like the hair all the time messes
Yeah.
my nose, like my
Yeah.
eyes. It's horrible.
yeah, after last Saturday, I could feel their like hair in my lungs. I was like,
Yeah. And it's like I love them so
Yeah.
much that I just want to stuff my face in
Yeah.
their sides, but then it's like I'm sneezing and
Okay,
my face is
yeah.
itchy.
but it's worth it. It's worth it for them.
It is. For cats and dogs, 100%.
Gerbils
I'm
though,
good at that.
get out of here. No, I'm kidding.
and raccoons.
and
raccoons.
and
She said I
raccoon.
can
Yeah,
have
no,
a
hey,
raccoon.
listen.
Hell
listen,
yeah.
If we're together, ladies, listen to this. If we're together, you have to be open to the idea of us having a pet raccoon. And I need you to take it seriously because it's not legal in the state that I'm in. So
Got to keep it
we're
under
gonna
wraps.
be doing some illegal activity.
Wait, it's not legal in Connecticut?
No.
Nope.
Hope.
I don't know if
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't think
know.
it matters. Yeah.
yeah.
I already
okay.
promised him, so I can't take it back now.
Oh.
Yep. Well, so yeah,
Gonna have to
it's
move,
not
I guess.
it's not legal in Connecticut, but we're gonna make
Stupid.
it happen. So you just have to be open to it, okay?
Yeah.
Just be willing to compromise.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
My opinion on that. Calling that a red flag is tough.
Yeah.
However, pets.
Oh, here we go.
This is tough.
Okay.
This is tough.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I
we're still
want
doing-
because I want pets. I
Heck
want
yeah.
pets, but I also want my homies to be able to come over to my house without dying.
Yeah.
I also don't want to die myself
True.
or just get really
Hypoallergenic
itchy.
animals, man.
Yeah.
True.
You can get probably a hairless cat.
No,
Nice
so
lizard.
no, those aren't
Like
for
a
me.
lizard.
But I
Yeah.
found out fun.
Gecko.
This is a bit of a tangent.
Hell yeah.
It's a bit of a tangent. I found out the other day. So my Patronus charm on the Pottermore app is
Hell
a
yeah.
Russian blue cat.
Nice.
I found out
So pretty.
Russian blue cats are hypoallergenic.
Oh, hell yeah. There you go.
So
Get you one of them.
my wizard
So
familiar
Everybody who's listening, let's pitch in for a GoFundMe to get Sean
Yes.
a Russian blue
True.
cat.
at the high end they're
Please and thank
$2,000.
you.
Damn.
Holy.
All right, so if we get 2,000 people to give us $1,
That's true. That's
all
true.
that
we
we
could get
need.
Sean
true.
a Russian blue cat.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's income tax time. I know you got it, bro.
Yeah.
My little familiar will be a Russian blue cat whose name is Sebastian. And that's,
Hell yeah.
That'll
I
be
have it
cute.
all. I
That's
have it all
dope.
picked out and figured
And
out.
he'll be featured on the show.
And
So
he'll be yeah.
True. He'll
be
just be kicking
because I
it
could bring him
somewhere.
in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, back to the point. Pets.
Yeah.
See.
Mhm.
That's tough because it's like I don't know that I care that much,
Yeah.
but I do kind of a little bit
Okay.
because like I want the
Yeah.
option
Yeah.
in case I do
Okay,
want
yeah.
pets.
right.
You
It's
know?
nice to like have something that like you can
Yeah,
love on and cuddle up on. And,
exactly.
like, obviously, if you're allergic, then that's understandable.
Yeah.
But like,
Oof.
I feel like watching somebody interact with an animal is almost like what they would be as a parent.
Yeah,
Like everybody says, like when you're in a relationship, get a cat, get a dog before you have a child because that's your practice child.
yeah.
And they really are. Like our cats will wake us up at 5 a.m. if they are not fed. Like they are the most spoiled boys. They have an automatic feeder.
Hell
They
yeah.
get filtered water. Like
Hell
they're
yeah.
princesses. Like you would think that we have children. That the way we treat
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
The kids thing.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
First off, that is like a conversation you have to have within
True.
the first like month or two if you really see a connection between you and your
Yeah.
partner. Like if you're really gonna become a partnership, you really have to have that conversation because I feel like that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like what? Like if anything
mean,
is a deal breaker, I feel like
would
your
come to terms.
opinion on children has to be the biggest deal breaker. Like if you really want kids, or even just if you want kids in general and they don't want kids at all,
Mhm.
I don't think that relationship's really gonna work out.
Mhm.
Me
It'll put a lot of
personally,
strain on it for sure, yeah.
say again.
I said it'll put a lot of strain on the relationship.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough to deal with. Like that's like almost that's nearly not entirely, but nearly
WD-40?
impossible
My fault.
to compromise on. Me, I think I want kids. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I want kids mostly so that I can continue the lineage, so to speak.
Yeah.
So if my partner didn't want kids,
Mhm.
this isn't even technically the question.
It's
I
fine,
can't
it's
I
fine,
can't
it's
apply
fine.
any color flag to this, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
if they don't want kids,
Okay.
I don't know the relationship's going to work out because I
So
want
you're like
there
a
to be an
yellow.
option.
You're like in the middle.
See, but I feel like if I put like a flag color on
You're
it,
an-
it's kind of putting
You're a
bit
white
of
flag.
Yeah, I'm a white flag. Yeah.
You're just like a gray flag. You're like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
between
So,
both
because
mediums.
like if I don't think that makes you a bad person or is like a
No.
toxic behavior or anything
Yeah.
like that. I think perhaps for my relationship,
yeah.
at least be
Yeah.
open to it. I guess.
Yeah.
Again, it's not really the question, but it's
Yeah.
it's a tough one.
Both of those are sort of like personal
My fault.
opinions,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
if
Yeah,
the
it's
other
a
person
personal
is
choice
okay
kind
with
of
them,
thing,
then
yeah.
it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like getting it's strictly based on the person.
Mhm.
I think for
Yeah.
both of those questions.
Yeah.
One obviously, like you said, is more serious than the other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you could say it's a red flag, but it's not a red flag as far as like them being
Yeah.
a bad person or not, because
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
people they don't see that as a necessity
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
for life.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting because like we've had conversations about kids
Mhm.
and like to give it a little background, I have a bleeding disorder.
Mm.
So when I get cut or stuff, my blood doesn't clot, so it takes me a lot longer to stop bleeding. So when it comes to the possibility of having a child, I run the risk
It's a very
of
dangerous.
bleeding
Yeah, it's a
out.
lot
I
of
run the
blood.
risk of dying. I run the risk of something going wrong, hemorrhaging. Like there's a lot of risks that are there,
Right.
but I can't say in the same aspect that I don't want to have children. I know I personally have come to the conclusion that as of right now, I don't want to have children myself, but I'm not opposed to adopting. I'm not opposed to
Like a surrogacy.
you know,
kinda
a
thing?
surrogacy thing,
Yeah.
but like for me personally, I don't want to risk my life
Yeah,
trying
no.
to bring life into this world because what if it comes down to I'm on the table, I'm giving birth, I'm bleeding out, I'm dying, and he has to pick between me and the baby.
Oh, here we go.
It's
talk
her.
about it.
It's
On
always
God-
her.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I don't know that kid.
Listen,
I don't know that
Bump
baby.
that kid, man. No, okay,
No,
okay,
no,
okay,
listen,
okay.
listen.
Like-
Listen. I understand every
See
life,
that on
you
my
know,
dick?
Yeah.
every life is precious, yada, 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 whatever. At the end of the day, we can make another kid.
That's true.
Can't make another you.
Yeah,
It's been
and
said a
these
million
are-
times.
Yeah.
Every
are
time I'm
important.
put in that
Planning
scenario,
is
I don't
been
even
creative.
care if she's telling me to pick the kid. I'm picking her every
And
single
at the end
time.
of the
True,
day,
true.
like as selfish as it is gonna sound, and like as much backlash as people are gonna get, like
Yeah.
I would have him pick me too, because at
Good.
the end of the day, like what not that I don't think he's not capable of raising a child by himself, but he's gonna have to go through now with
That's
the
a
trauma
huge-
of losing
Yeah.
me while trying to bring this child into this world. And it's like every time he looks at the child, he's gonna think like, I lost my
I've thought
wife.
about that before.
Right.
Yeah,
And
That's
it's
the
like,
basis for a
you
sad
know,
fucking movie.
that's
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. And
True.
it's like
Yeah.
but the problem is that like I'm gonna be 26 and I've told people that, and people will be like, you'll change your mind, you'll be fine, like you should still have a kid.
Who
Like,
are you?
I feel like it's honestly though, it's a very controversial topic because like if I was a normal person and I didn't have this bleeding disorder, I wouldn't be so hesitant. But like I think about it and it's like my life could end. Like, period. There's no coming back from it. Like, doctors, they may be innovative, they may be smart, they may know what the hell they're doing, but like I have a rare bleeding disorder. It's not
a risk,
something that's
regardless.
common. Right. Yeah. And it's like, do I really want to sit here and not only put myself through the trauma, because I've known people who have died in childbirth. I've seen the horribleness of it. I've seen the beauty of it. Like, I've seen both spectrums. So I think it's very hard. And I also don't think that it's only the female's opinion. Like, I think it's very important for you and your partner to speak about it because he knows how I feel. I've made it very clear. I've made it very evident. And from the beginning, he supported me. Whether we've chose, like, yeah, we're going to have children, whether I be the bearer or not, or no, we're not going to have children. He knows. He's like, you know, I'm fine with whatever decision we make. And it's a decision we make together. And I think, like, trying to force kids on people is just not it.
It's not good. It's not good for yourselves, and it's definitely not good for the kids.
Stop asking people when they're gonna have kids. Stop trying to force people to have kids. Like, it's fine if like it's a friend or a family member be like, hey, like jokingly, when are you gonna have a kid? Like, we get it all the time, and like I don't take any offense to it. I don't get upset. But it's like, I'm not at a point where I want to have a kid. I may not ever be at a point where I want to have a kid. Like, who knows? You know, like you never know, and we're so young and just like.
A very large life.
Yeah, like you are bringing a human into this world. You are fully responsible for them. Your impact on this child is going to be how this child is for years. And like I work as a teacher, and I'm telling you, this generation of kids buck wild.
True.
Buck wild. And it's like they need so much time and dedication, and they just need so much from you. And you can tell what kids are getting it versus what kids aren't. Right. And I know myself, and I know I'm not at the point where I can have a child and give my all to that child. I can't even take care of myself half the time. Half the time he has to pick up my slack. Like, I can't have him pick up my slack and then the slack of a newborn. Like, are you kidding? That's ridiculous. That's a lot to put on your partner. Right. But that's a lot to ask from your partner. Like, you know, you're putting a lot of strain on yourself, and like having a kid doesn't fix anything. So like, please don't think that either, because it's not.
Speaking of which,
please, for the love of God, do not have a kid to save a relationship,
bro.
Speaking of which, the amount of kids that I want, if I do want kids,
that's right.
is 2. I'd like to have 2. And the third one to save the marriage.
Save the marriage.
Yikes. I've been saying that for years.
Lucky.
I recognize, however, that is not untrue, but it is a bit that I will die on. So
for a bit, great.
Yeah, but
reality,
generally, kids will. And this is a hot take. Kids will ruin your relationship faster than it will save it. I promise you that.
And you will also ruin that child
100%
by doing that.
And I think that's like the most saddest thing too, is like you're bringing a child into this world and you're completely fucking them up before they even have a chance to learn what's going on. Like, before the world can fuck them up, you fuck them up. And it's like, you can't, you know, this generation, it's sad seeing like this generation of kids and how they've changed so much. And like, even I have a younger sister who's almost 8-9 years younger than me, and it's like seeing the difference between like our generation to their generation to the generation after that. Like, it's wild. It's really crazy because like no parents are perfect. Our parents fucked up, like their parents fucked up, like all the parents fucking up, but it's how you take care of your child afterwards, because some of these kids just need love, and if you can't give that to them, own it and know that, and don't bring a child into this world if you're not ready.
100%.
Put your meat away.
Period.
Stop it.
Yeah, wrap it up.
You right now. What do you listen to us for? Stop, first of all.
I mean,
then put it away.
Please don't listen to us when you're about to have sex.
That's what.
No thank you.
I mean, actually,
well, keep listening. But why is it out right now? What's going on with that? I think that's the more important question.
Put us on mute or something. But hey, just keep on. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I kind of go back and I've gone back and forth a lot on pet thing. It's whatever. Honestly, it's whatever. If you don't want a pet, I'm not gonna. I've gone 25 years without one. Sorry, technically I've had goldfish before, if that counts.
It doesn't.
All I'm saying is, hold on. First of all, Andrew, if you ever see this, that's my brother.
Oh,
You said-
your goldfish?
You said I killed that goldfish. That was you, bro. I fed him first. You overfed him. It wasn't the other way around. That's all I'm saying. But
Yeah, Andrew.
but yeah, now the pet thing, like a pet would be cool, but definitely not necessary. I don't need one. It'd be nice, but I'll be all right. As long as I have someone, a person to cuddle and hold at the end of the night, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I have to retcon my wizard familiar
Oh.
comment. If it's not a Russian blue cat, it's a raccoon. It's
Oh,
one or
true.
the
There you
other.
go. There you go.
It's
That's
one or
true,
the
that's
other.
true.
So,
What I give Haven again?
a wombat.
A wombat. That's mine. A wombat. Yeah.
Pets for me is important because like I've always grown up around them. I love animals. I went to school. I got a bachelor's in animal science. Like I don't know. I like the idea of like having, I don't know, pets, like things to like spend time with. I get to just like grab my cats, even though they might not want it. I'm still gonna love on them. They're gonna have to take the love and get used to it.
Yes,
And
sir.
so far, one has converted. So
Hell
I
yeah.
gotta
He's
convert
just
the
like,
second one.
"Man, you know what? This is fine. This is all
Next
right.
time, the youngins
Yeah.
be difficult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Low key.
Shout out, Mr. Chiku, man.
Cheeky.
That's my boy.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
Krona too.
True.
Even though you forgot me, but
Damn.
it's all right. I'll show you the picture
Yeah.
again next time.
Me and him were cool by the end of the night, so sorry.
Yeah. I also feel like you can learn a lot about
Cobra.
someone.
Cobra, yeah, low key.
You can learn a lot about someone based on how they interact with animals. If they're scared of them, totally understand it. That's not a bad thing, but like how they treat it, if they're okay being around animals, says a lot about that person.
Yeah, for sure.
And even how they talk about them, like
Yeah.
outside of being around them, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're like, I hate animals, and I'm like,
If I saw
"For
a
what?
cat right here, I'd kill
For
it."
what? Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what'd they do to you?
That's a red flag, y'all.
True. That's a red flag.
Yeah. That's a serial killer.
Low key. But yeah, and then the kid thing, that's the thing I've been going back and forth on, is because like for most of my life I've been like, I want kids. Need is a strong word. I don't need kids,
I
but
think it's because it's so ingrained in us from a young
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
that like having kids is the thing to do.
especially
when you're
like,
this
Low-key.
age.
especially our generation, because we're
Yeah.
like in between.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we know the old
It's
teachings,
so
but
crazy.
we also know like the
Most of
future.
the
Yeah.
kids at my school, their parents are our age, and I'm like, holy crap!
Golly.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Jesus
imagine
Christ.
having like a first grader, second grader, third grader,
Yeah.
fourth
I
grader.
was,
Right
like,
I was
now.
thinking about it one
What?
time.
Nah.
My mom was 18 turning 19 when she had
Yeah.
me.
God bless her.
So
True.
like I couldn't imagine me as a
Especially you?
26-year-old.
Yeah,
Not kidding.
and
Having a
it's like
kid
you
now,
look at
let
it,
alone
and
at
it's like
18
how
years old.
What?
are these people that are like 18, 19? Like I have had family members who were 15 having their first kid. Like
Yeah.
how do
That's
you
wild.
do it?
That's
Like
wild.
I'm at 26 and I can't
Still
do
not-
it.
still not
I
ready.
can't take care of me. Like
Facts.
I'm lucky sometimes if the cats get groomed on time. Like like I'm not
Yeah.
responsible enough for a child.
Yeah.
And it's like we're at that age where like we're almost expected to be ready for children, or we're expected to be
Yeah.
having children, and it's like I feel like I'm still 20. Like I feel like I'm still learning. Like I feel like
I
I'm
still got a lot of life to live.
True.
right. Like I
low-key.
feel like I'm just figuring everything out. And like my mom, love you dearly because I know you're gonna watch this.
Nice.
She always like wants us to have a kid. She's always talking about like, oh, like when you guys gonna have a baby, when you guys gonna have a kid. And I want to look at her and be like, Ma, I love you, but like, do you know who your child is? Like your child is not. I'm not financially responsible for a child.
Yeah.
I don't have the mental capacity for a child. Like I'm working a part-time job. I'm going to school full time. Like I have my dad's car because my car's not working. Like you want me to have a
Yeah.
child?
Low-key.
Like, do you
Yeah,
know how
there's a lot of
you know
stuff you
how
got to get in order.
expensive diapers are,
Facts.
formula. If I don't breastfeed, like you got to
Yeah.
formula,
Yeah.
baby food,
Yeah.
like diapers,
Yeah.
clothes.
And not only
like,
that, like you have to like sometimes I think about the like minutia of things you have to teach a kid. I have to teach a kid how to use a fork.
everything.
You know what I
you
mean?
have to teach them how to breathe properly,
Yeah.
how to
Right.
like blow their nose, how
Yeah.
to take a poop. Like
Exactly.
you have to
It's
teach
like,
them
it's a lot of
everything.
responsibility.
Hey, bro, I know you just
It
poop.
is.
Hey, here's some toilet
Hey,
paper.
handle that.
Clean it up yourself.
And it's like, we're lucky enough to have like most of us are
It's
lucky
like, no.
where we have like siblings. Like you have younger siblings.
Mhm.
I have a younger sibling. Like we've seen you know, what it's like to go through the stages of these children. It's like, I helped my mom raise my sister. So, like, I already have a kid.
Yeah.
I have a 17-year-old child who's sassy and who fucking gives me a run for my money. And it's like,
she is hilarious.
She
Very
is.
One of the
Shout
funniest
out to
people that I
Kaylee.
tangentially know.
One day we'll have to have her on here because I promise you guys will be pissing yourself laughing.
She's gonna steal the show.
Well,
But like,
Oh.
you know, like I've already
sure.
had that experience growing up of like raising a child. So like I'm kind of all set. Like I've raised my nieces and nephews. Like I've helped out my friends who have kids. So like, you know, I've had my fill of raising children, especially children that aren't mine. Like I love my village. I will do anything for my village. But like, don't expect me to have a kid no time soon.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to have a kid no time soon.
Hi.
Making sure everybody who knows, because I know my mama gonna be watching this.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think I agree. I think once again, I would still like some or one or however many, but it's not. If it's not in the cards, I'm not as pressed as like I would have been.
Especially not right now.
True. I gotta find somebody first. But yeah, it's just like if they don't want them, and I think it's a conversation, but it's not like a deal breaker. I'll just be like, hey, you know what? I kind of get it. I'd like some, but I don't. Hey, you know. Hey, sorry, you just went through your whole thing. Have some babies so I can help raise them, and then I'll be all set. Because my brother already said he doesn't want them.
I'm doing my best. Okay?
Yeah, like, huh?
I appreciate
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, but you know, I'll be a part of, you know, taking care of a kid.
Hey.
But hey, Uncle Alex got you on the weekends.
That's
You're
awesome.
gonna get Liddy, gonna turn up. I'm gonna give you 4 Capri Suns for a meal, and we're gonna get Liddy with it. You know what I mean? No, wait, no, with the meal,
You're
meal,
better
not
off
for a
giving
meal.
them 4 cupcakes
you
than
have
4
a kid.
Capri Suns.
Yeah,
This is why Alex
compromise,
is
like-
an uncle.
yeah.
2
Okay.
cupcakes, 2 Capri Suns. A child's
And that's
first
all you
hungry.
We're Spartan training over here. Anyway, but yeah, so it's not like a deal breaker anymore. But at one point would have been. But now I'm like, we're all just trying to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do what we can.
I think if I'm with someone who doesn't want kids and we both agree that this is a short-term entanglement, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But and even if during that short-term entanglement they change their perspective, not because I'm going to force them to, because I would never do that, but if they themselves have a change of heart, that's we can talk about that and make it a long-term entanglement. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I'm like you said, kind of similar to that. Because for me, like either path, I'm cool with. Like I think the idea of having kids, like adopting them, I'd be cool with. You know, it would be nice. But at the same time, I'm also happy just living out my life with her and whatever animals we get, because we're gonna keep getting animals.
True.
You know, and just doing that because I feel like I can still find happiness in just being with my person versus like I need a kid to satisfy me being alive. Like I think the idea of like needing to have a kid is a little bit much. You should want to have a kid, not need.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I will say I will agree with that if we are if we come to the conclusion together that we will not have kids, then I would like to have some pets. I'll say that. But but it's once again, it's not a deal breaker either way, to be honest. But yeah.
I feel like you also have to have a valid reason to have a child. Like
True,
you shouldn't
true.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Just
have
because
a child just to like
Just 'cause
save a
everyone's telling you
marriage
to.
or save a
Yeah.
relationship or because
Unless you're my
somebody
wife,
said
in which
so.
case we're on our 3rd one and our relationship is in
You just want her
jeopardy.
barefoot and pregnant all the time.
yeah, low key.
No, 3, because after 3, if the 3rd one doesn't save the marriage, we're done.
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe the 4th one will. Good, you know, 4th time's a charm.
Nah.
Gotta
Nah,
end it on
at
an
that
even
point,
number.
it's
you
lost.
can't have just 3. 3's like one is always going to be left out.
It's all right.
Creating the
That's why they're the marriage saving
That's
kid.
why
I'm
they're the
kidding.
marriage
I'm kidding.
Oh my
They'll
goodness.
become the favorite because they rekindled our
Oh, there you
relationship.
go. There you go. Yeah, the older two will be. Yeah,
They have each other. They'll figure
by,
it out.
by then they're probably in college anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
if you're having
They don't know
a
what's going
child
on
to
between
save
me
a
and my
marriage,
lady.
you're
All right?
fine.
I'm not gonna put them through that.
Nice.
Yeah, just to like, if you just want to keep your lineage, not that that's the only reason you want to have a kid, but
for
like,
sure.
if you're like, I just want to keep my last name and make it
Yeah.
carry on, and like,
My dad more so than like me. Like my dad talks about it
Right.
all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll do
like,
it.
I
yeah.
guess, but
Yeah.
like, if you know that you're not 100%, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like nobody should pressure you into doing
100%,
it because
yeah.
at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one left taking care of the child.
True. Who gonna pay for it?
It takes a
Alex.
village, but they're at your house. So.
Also, like carrying the lineage, a lot of people share last names. There's a lot of Burgoses out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them carry it on for us.
They got that.
Lucky. I'm gonna adopt a whale somewhere and it'd be like call it Frederico Wright or something. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
No, I can't adopt you. Sorry. Oh no, he made the joke first. He made the joke first.
I don't know if I did I?
Bro, I saw the way you looked at that. That's great. Don't let him do this to me again.
Let's move on. We're gonna talk later, but let's move on.
No, he won't. He'll just tell the story again.
Somebody's
Like,
in trouble.
what's up?
Did I tell you guys about the time that he?
No,
called me
he's
fat in front of
lying.
A bunch of bad bitches.
He's
Anyways.
lying. He's lying. All right, so I have one for Sean specifically because he requested
Oh
one
my God.
the other
My
day.
birthday.
So,
No.
oh, yikes.
Pop quiz. When is it?
Just
What did I mean for? I got it right.
What is it?
December 16th.
What year?
oh
1997.
yeah,
Nice job.
That's my guy.
my guy. But yeah, it's another X one. Well, kind of. It's not technically. It's not. You'll see. So if your partner, whenever they talk about like their previous relationships, like regularly, or like every time, like it's the other person's fault. There's like they regularly blame their ex for the failure of the
we talked about
relationship.
this, a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. How you feeling, Chance?
I forgot you were asking a question.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, he's just saying words. He's just stating a fact.
Just talking.
Yeah. I'll talk. Hey, I'll talk. How you doing? You look nice. You smell nice. You have a good Valentine's Day? I didn't. But
What are we doing right now?
So,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Got it.
Nick Chance needs you to restate
later.
the question.
I need a real.
So if
Yeah.
whenever your partner talks about like their previous relationships, they always blame their ex for why it failed.
Yeah, that's red flag.
Okay. All right. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very much there's of course there are outliers in every
Yeah.
scenario. But generally I would say it's a red flag.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna say more. I was like,
Well, that's I was gonna wait. Till
yeah,
after.
until like the deliberation. Yeah. I would say also, yeah, red flag. Red flag.
It's definitely a red flag, I feel.
Yeah, red flag on the play. Sorry. Yeah.
I agree. It's also a red flag.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
As always, like you said, scenarios.
Yeah.
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 Overall, red flag.
Because of course there's going to be a scenario where like you just have bad luck picking
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah.
So
She's ready. She's ready.
No. I'm just getting ready for when you're done. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So there's definitely going to be scenarios where you just have bad luck picking partners, and it truly is like not necessarily your fault that things failed.
Yeah.
But in general, when like I hear people talk about past relationships and like my ex was crazy, my ex was this, my
Yeah.
ex was that, and it's never like a moment of like they're this, but maybe I could have.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, okay, I think you don't know how to accept responsibility. For
True.
things.
Yeah.
And that is a very, very
Or even
important thing. To
Yeah.
Just look at yourself.
Yeah.
yeah, or just like take into account another person's perspective and
Yeah.
stuff, and introspect on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's very because, like you said, sometimes it's like, hey, you were
For
doing
men
your
and women, by the way, this
True.
goes for both sides of the aisle.
facts
and everything in between.
True. Yeah. True. But yeah, nah. Like sometimes it's genuinely like I did my best, and the person just wouldn't meet me halfway, and that's sad. Sorry. But like if like every relationship or like every time you talk about it, like years down the line, there's not even a little bit like, hey, like I was gonna say something crazy, dog. Let me chill.
Say it, and if it's truly
No,
crazy, we'll cut it out.
Nah, I'll say it after. Like they like wouldn't. I don't know. Like they were a little mean to me sometimes or something. I don't know. But like the fact of the matter is you were also like coming at them crazy too or something. But every time you like regaled the story, it was they would always yell at me and I was just a victim. Hate that word. Well, I'm just saying, ooh.
You just like that word.
Yeah,
In
for
that
sense,
yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
Not in all senses.
Yeah.
Just in this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
sense.
Yes. Yeah, then it's like, well, okay, well, how give me give me the full scoop. Like, what? Give me the details, because then it's like you should be able to recognize that maybe you also had like, once again, we were talking about it last night, but like in some previous relationships I've had, at first I'd say I was very like oh, why did this happen, this and this and that, but like now looking back I can be like, okay, well there were some things that they did, but I also could have been a lot better in certain regards and stuff like that. So being able to recognize those things is key to being a mature person. Yeah.
Yeah, it shows that like you have an inability to grow, and like you're not able to really like, I'm trying to think of the word. I just brain farted. Hold on.
Like introspect and
like
take a look
you
in the
know,
mirror.
you're not able to take responsibility for the things that you may have done in the relationship. Like, although they may have made mistakes, they may have like been a little crazy, but what did you do? And if you can't sit here and say like, I may have, given the wrong tone, or I may have, said something that I didn't necessarily mean. Like, if you can't sit here and see where you've gone wrong, it kind of just shows that you yourself aren't at a mature enough level at that point. And like, although it's a red flag, like you're trying to make your ex partner look like the red flag, you end up looking like the red flag, because it's like, okay, well, if they're saying this about their ex, if we break up, what are they gonna say about me? And like, I'm one of those people that like, if I know somebody and they're talking shit about everybody that I know, what makes me think they're not going to talk shit about me?
Maybe they're the problem.
True.
Well, that's what I'm
Everybody
wondering
else.
too. But like, maybe they are the problem, and that shows again you and your personality and your inability to grow and expand and be like, hey, this is where I messed up. Like, if you can't take responsibility, that's a red flag. Like, that's a major red flag. If you can say like, yeah, I fucked up, I may have been wrong, I may have done some things that I shouldn't have done, like, while it sucks, I look at you in a more commendable way than if you were to just be like, no, I was in the right, I never did anything wrong, they were the ones in the wrong. It makes me question you. Like, it doesn't make me question them.
Especially if you're like, yeah, they did this, they did that, they're always wrong, and they always did this, but we were together for like 6 years. It's like,
it's like,
okay.
is that?
You did nothing.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, like, that healthy.
It was that bad, and you stayed there the whole
Yeah.
time, and there's nothing about you.
There's something
that,
that had to, low key.
I think no matter what, like, you should always grow from a relationship. If it ends, I think both parties should be growing no matter what, whether it's you recognizing the wrongs you did, or you even being like, man, I really didn't notice these signs that I wasn't, I didn't like, I let it go for so long. Recognizing that and applying that to your next relationship is very important, because you don't want to take that baggage and bring it into your next one.
True.
Because it's only going to weigh that relationship down.
True.
Yeah, the relationship should be about you two, not about your past. I mean, that's something to talk about, but it's not your relationship. Your relationship is your own.
And if your relationship isn't strong enough to be able to withstand that, maybe you shouldn't be in this relationship.
True.
And that
Or
in
don't get into a
itself,
relationship, period.
exactly,
Yet until
True.
you're ready.
Exactly. Like, you need to know within yourself, like, yes, I'm ready to commit to this person, or no, I'm not. And you're not in the wrong either way, whether you're ready or not. Like, that's okay. People are at different stages in their lives all the time. Like, we are all at different stages doing different things, and while we're engaged and ready to get married, other friends aren't, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I still love my friends, though. But I will say, we do have 2 single
I'm ready.
friends,
I just don't have
and
anyone.
we're not
Honestly?
getting married until 2026, so we need 2 lovely wedding dates for my 2 lovely co-hosts over here, because our third one already has a potential wedding date, hopefully. Anyways.
I also have another one that I'm going to next year, so my timeline.
Oh, true.
My timeline's a
So
little
we
bit
need
faster.
a wedding date for Sean earlier than expected, and then
But you're more than just a wedding date to me. You're my world. You're everything.
I would like to be
Jesus.
invited to his wedding as well.
Don't
Golly.
commit before you met them. We just talked about this communication.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Having boundaries.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
He's just trying to show good things and practice good practices.
Yeah.
I
just
won't
love her
lie.
So much.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You might just be a wedding date to me, but
Wow.
Cut this out.
don't, editor. But
Today has shown us why Alex is single.
Yeah,
Not once,
but-
but 3 times.
but I am willing. I'm willing to see how things go and grow from there and form a relationship. I might meet you there or then or whatever, But I'm willing to grow from there.
Your first date is not going to be the wedding, bro. I'm sorry. You better know this person.
It
at
could
least.
be.
No, it is not going to be.
Yeah, after in your sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of somebody out in the stands, not like up there, not up there. My fault.
That's
Hey, my
crazy.
fault. Hey, you know what I said? I said forget what I
Alex
said.
is out his ever
Forget
loving
what I
mind
said.
right now.
I forgot that I'm gonna be up there. My fault. We gotta. I was like in the stands, like that's my boy. Hey, take back what I said. Cut that out for real. Actually,
No.
don't do it. Oh, I guess
just
the
a wedding date to me for real.
for real. But yeah, also just like the lack of ability to take responsibility, bars. It it like doesn't bode well for like your current relationship either, because like how are you gonna talk
Especially
about
at
me
this
after?
age. We're grown. We are adults.
Exactly. And then two, like this kind of goes into another one I have. We'll cut it for another day. But like if you're unable to take responsibility or like anything, if we like get into a little spat, then like how are you going to be unable to like apologize or take accountability for something that maybe you did that, you know what I mean? Like how is it going to affect us? You know what I mean? So it doesn't bode well for
apologizing is a big thing for me because I was told that I apologized too much by a person who didn't apologize enough. And
that's always how they get you.
And that is
write
something.
a song about that, bro.
Huh?
Let's write a song about that. That was kind
Say
of
less.
heat.
I will say though, with apologizing, do not apologize if you don't mean it,
True.
or are
That's
doing
true.
it to just
Absolutely.
get by the situation.
Yeah.
100%.
You just actually mean it and communicate that.
Yeah. Know how to apologize and actually put action into, like, make that apology mean something, which is something that I've struggled with. I've apologized and then not like fixed my behavior afterward before. So it's something that I'm every day trying
But
to
you
fix.
can recognize
still do.
that. So you're already
Not a good thing.
like,
My fault. Not a good.
one
Not a
step
flex.
closer.
Not a flex.
Like being able to see those things and recognize them is like the first step. Being able to know like these are the issues that I have and this is what I'm going to work through. Like that's the first step of working through it, because you got to be able to identify what's triggering you. You know?
Yeah.
And like sometimes it takes being in a relationship, sometimes it takes being broken up with, sometimes it takes a friendship.
Therapy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We don't have time for this conversation.
Oh my
God. That's a whole other
honestly,
episode.
Though, like I can't even front. Like I am somebody that's spoken about wanting to go to therapy for a
Me
really
too.
long time. And I finally made an appointment.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm actually
Hell yeah.
really excited. And my first day of therapy is on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
So
Happy
it's either gonna
birthday.
go really good or really bad.
Mine's next Friday.
Oh, hell yeah.
birthday.
Okay.
Couples who
Happy
go to
birthday.
therapy separately feel better.
Happy mental birthday. I don't know.
Yes. Don't take my reaction to what Chance said as like I'm against therapy.
Nah, we're just goofing.
I'm for therapy. If you
Same.
need therapy, please go out and get therapy.
And there's nothing wrong with it either. Like
100%.
you know,
No.
You're
even
a regular
if you,
person.
True.
Right. You know, even if you have things that you want to work through or just you want to learn how to better cope with life, like therapy is so beneficial. And if somebody judges you for going to therapy, fuck them.
Fight them.
Period. Both.
Or
I mean,
call me and I'll
maybe
fight
not,
them for
like,
you.
Don't fuck them.
No, not that.
no, fight them.
Fight them.
Yeah, fight.
Right, exactly.
Fight.
Like if anybody,
Unless.
What they looking like? My fault. All right.
Oh my god.
if anything, we'll stick Alex on them. Don't worry, we got your back.
Got these. I got. I have nothing to compare these to, but just know
Yeah.
he's big.
Fists of fury.
Okay.
Whoa there.
But back to my apology thing, just to like actually cap off that thing.
Yeah.
Learn, if you're not somebody who knows how to apologize, learn how to apologize and then learn how to put that into action as well. That's very important.
And it's never weakness either.
And never.
I feel like men always like are told like if you apologize, right? Like if you
That's
apologize or you show emotions, like you're weak. But it's like
I
it's
can never
not.
apologize.
Like being a female, like I'm more apt to be responsive to you and open to you if you're gonna come to me and you're gonna just be honest and tell me like this is how I feel or like you know this is where I fucked up or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lie, like I have no respect for you at that point.
Yeah.
Like
No,
you
good.
suck.
It takes a bigger man
Damn,
to
all right,
apologize.
I gotta stop.
It
than
does,
pretend
and
that-
it
yeah.
takes a really good man to be able to. I said that a lot. Whoa. It takes a really good man to be able to like get in with his emotions and be able to speak on those and like feel comfortable. It's all about creating a safe space. honestly.
Yeah.
If you create a safe space for your man will flourish. Period. And your woman. If you create a safe space for your partner, they will flourish.
I can,
and you will too.
Definitely confirm that, because when I was first starting to date, I was very nervous about sort of just like being open in general and like saying, these are my insecurities, these are the things I don't feel comfortable sort of like talking about, or like I'm actually like really nervous right now, but I'm trying to hide it, that kind of thing. And just like being open about that, and then realizing, oh wait, they're okay with that, and they actually like me being open, and they want me to do that.
Yes, sir.
It's
Green
almost
flag.
like a breath
Green.
of fresh air when
Finally,
you get
first
like
green
that.
flag.
Because it's like there are these people that actually are willing to accept you 100% as who you are. You don't have to change. And it's like when you find those people that you can open up to, you feel so good. Like you feel so like that pressure's off of you, somebody who understands. And although they may not fully understand, it's just that like connection of understanding.
Yeah.
It means everything.
Sorry.
Validate your partner's feelings.
True. Hey.
It's very important. But obviously,
Sometimes.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Be very careful.
We speed running again. I got it. I need us to hold it back a little bit. Hold it back a little bit. We like to yap, but
Make sure it's justified. Okay.
True. Yeah. We can do a part 2 eventually sometime. It's fun.
Yeah.
next Valentine's.
Yeah. Just stick around. Yeah.
I feel like it's important to make sure your partner feels heard. Like
Yeah.
whether you
Absolutely.
validate them 100%
Yes,
or
that's
not,
the
it's
important bit,
always
yeah.
important to make
For
sure
sure.
that they feel heard, because when your partner doesn't feel heard, your partner's going to go looking for it in someone else. And they're going to,
Or in
it
someone
starts
else.
at,
Period.
I
Or
was going
in
to say it
Period.
starts off emotionally
Period.
and then leads to physically. But, we just cut to the chase here.
Yeah. Lead straight to infidelity.
Yeah, well, don't do that. If you want to cheat, break up with your partner.
True.
True.
And based.
True.
And real.
Real and
Period.
based.
Real and based.
R&B. I
What
got.
did you say? Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. I get. This kind of ties into, but like if your partner has like a decent amount of insecurities, like kind of thing. So we kind of touched that a little bit with like validation. But I guess, how do you specifically feel? I guess like
Are you, as their partner, willing to work with them on these insecurities? That's what you need to
that's
ask
part of-
yourself.
Hold on.
Not
That's a part of
you,
that's a different question.
Alex,
That's
but
a different
like,
question.
That's
All
what
right,
you
Jess, how do
have
you
to
feel?
think. Like, as you
Yeah.
as a partner, are you
Yeah.
willing to go through this journey? Because it's not easy.
True.
Like, working with somebody who has insecurities, who has trauma, is not... Alex, you're weird.
Damn.
It's not...
No,
it's
this,
not,
no.
you know? Like, it's not something that's easy. It's a tough journey, and I
Yeah.
feel like not a lot of people are built for it. Like, you have to really know that your partner is going to be willing to go through this, because trust me, when we first got together, it was not easy. Like, we have fought hard and long to get to where we're at, and we not. I mean,
Ding, ding, ding.
we never physically punched each other or anything, but like we'll mess with each other, right? We'll mess with each other a little bit, but
Yeah.
like it's a lot. Like, you really, really have to work through a lot of things in a relationship, and there's a lot. We're not where we're at just by brushing things under the rug. We're where we're at because we had these tough conversations. We've had these hard moments. We've had moments where, like, I myself have questioned if we would pull through, and we have, thank God. Like, but it's also, I have a lot of insecurities. I was afraid he was going to cheat on me. I was afraid he's going to fall out of love with me. I was afraid he's going to leave me. Like, that's all insecurities. Not that he has made me feel, but but like, these are all insecurities within myself that I projected onto my partner. And like, even now, like, I love him with all my heart. Do I still worry one day maybe he'll fall out of love with me? Absolutely, because it can happen. It's not like it's never gonna happen, but I have to know within my heart my partner loves me, and if he ever feels like I'm starting to fall out of love, or I'm starting to have these feelings, like, he knows he can come to me. And I think that's important, because if I didn't make him feel like he can come to me, he's going to leave me. And I'm going to wake up one day and be like, well, where is he? Like, why didn't he come home? Why isn't he around? And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go through life wondering, is my partner just going to disappear? I don't think it's not appropriate, know? And it's a lot. It's really hard.
It's like, just,
Shut up.
Not happening.
Hell yeah.
I get her insecurities. They're not happening. All right.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
told, her,
yeah.
I've told her this many times. I've reassured her over the years, plenty of times. I'm happy where I am. Always been, always will be. I picked her since day one, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's on.
See, that's the thing, though. He can tell me that, and he can look at me, and he can tell me that, and I feel it in my heart. I do. But part of me is still like
you never
sometimes
know.
your head be, you know,
right?
it's not,
Because it's like, you know, my parents, I love them. My mom used to tell me that my mom and dad just fell out of love, and I thought that was common. I'm like, okay, like it's a thing that happens. Like,
That's
you
what
know,
the third kid is for.
right. Well, they only had one, so they messed up
Yeah,
somewhere
that's
along
the
the line. Right.
They didn't have one second one.
I
Yeah.
needed
Yeah, they
extra
needed the marriage to be saved a
siblings.
little too fast.
So it's like I feel like, you know, although that I have these insecurities, at the end of the day, this is my partner, and this is the person that I'm gonna do life with. Like, I'm not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. He could try. I'll find him. You know, like I could try. He'll probably find me. Like, you know, like I've come to the point where I'm not dependent on him, but like he's a piece of me now,
Yeah.
and I'm a piece of him. And it's like, if we were to ever break up, I would lose some of myself because of how far we've gotten. Like the conversations and the things that I've told him, I haven't told anyone. And I mean, like, not my best friend, no one. Like, I haven't. There are things that Calvin knows that only Calvin knows that I thought I'd take to the grave, you know? And it's like, when you get with that partner, it feels so different. Like, I feel like I didn't know love in a relationship until I got with him. And him feeding.
Oh my
like,
God!
Right.
Okay.
Him, like,
Hey, good job, my man.
Like, helping me and, like, work through all this stuff. Like, it really is what you need in a partner. And, like, when you find that, you don't ever want to let that go. And it's like, we've been through some shit. Like, you know, no infidelity. I can say that 100%.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
never been through infidelity.
Yeah,
We've never been through, like, any stuff like that. Like, I've never had anybody come to me as a woman. Like, thank God. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, right?
Alexa,
like,
play the other woman.
But, like,
Yo,
I
chill.
also, within myself, like, I have a lot of insecurities and I have a lot of fear and, like, you know, I have a lot of stuff that I try not to project on him, but as my partner, he's aware of it and he's helped me work through it. And if you would tell me back then when we first started dating, we'd be where we are today, I wouldn't believe you because as much faith as I have in him and our relationship, I didn't have faith in me. And I didn't have faith that I would make it work. I always thought I was never good enough for him. I wasn't going to be able to be the one that, like, can fulfill him. Like, he's everything to me. And I feel like, although he tells me I'm everything to him, I feel like I'm not where I need to be for him. Like, I'm not healed yet, and I feel like he deserves a healed woman, but he's willing to work with me through that, and I think that's what you need in a partner, especially now. Like, we're so young, but we're also adults at the same time. So it's very hard, and, like, the dating scene's not easy. Dating life is not easy. Like, God
To be
bless
fair, I don't really put
anybody
myself
out there
out there
that's
like that, so.
dating. Like, it is not. It ain't easy being squeezy.
Hey, we'll get
okay?
to one day, my man. One day, my brother.
And don't settle. Like, don't settle for somebody who's not gonna treat you like the king or queen you are. Like,
Facts, King.
yeah.
Period.
All these. I'm talking to you. All these one response shorties. Can I say that? I don't care. Don't hit my man up. Step correct when you pulling up in my man's DMs. I was gonna get some of these.
It's just
Some
like
of these.
if you're interested enough to swipe on me, why don't you want to talk to me? I don't get it. Anyways, that's not what we're here to
But
talk about.
that's definitely. Listen, we can come back again and talk about that again.
yeah.
But
See us in 2 weeks. We'll talk about this.
right.
again.
I feel like it's all dependent on, like, people, because, like, when we first got back together, like, we matched on Tinder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he super liked me or whatever. But, like,
God.
I
Okay.
didn't make the first move. I recognized him, and I was like, oh, the name looks familiar. But then, like, he made the first move. Like, I'm much more comfortable when, like, a guy makes
remember
the
what we
first
had?
move.
Remember
Right.
everything we built
Like,
together?
As long as you're not
I'm
creepy.
weird about it.
Like, don't be
Low-key.
creepy, don't be weird. Just be cool, be casual. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It'll all work out.
Like, oh, jeez. Oh.
Remember at the lunch table we were holding hands?
Look at the picture. Look.
Oh,
look at
gee.
Right.
Another time.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. But listen, if it's meant to be, it will come back. He's proof. You know? It was a good, like, 2 years almost and a whole relationship that we weren't a part of each other's lives for. And then now we're back. And look at us. You can't get rid of me now.
damn, that means I gotta find him, lose him, and wait for him to come back.
I'm not saying that. No.
I still got like another 10 years.
No,
or so.
I'm saying that's what worked for
Yeah.
me. I'm not saying that's what's going to work for you.
Nothing's working for me. No.
Plus, it took a lot of
Amen.
heartbreak, and I'm very thankful that he came back.
Yeah.
I crawled back, but like I'm very thankful that we met in the middle. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, second time around, she hit me up.
Hell yeah.
She said, "Remember what we had?"
There it is.
Finally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunate circumstances that caused that. But I wouldn't change it for the world because, like, I am where I am now. And, like, I have great friends. And even the first time, I still had great friends. Like, they still wanted me to hang out even though me and Calvin were not talking. Like, find people who will make space for you no matter what.
I said whenever they first reconnected, I said, like, I think he like walked you outside or something, and I said to the room, I said, if they don't end up together, I'm giving up on love.
True.
And then they didn't end up together at first.
Like,
I started to panic.
But it's
then it all worked out.
They're the one when like everybody around you is saying it. Like I barely even knew these guys and they were saying it. Sean's lovely mom Jess has been saying it from the beginning. Like we've had people rooting for us, right?
Hey, Mom.
So like we got a little fan base or whatever. But like it's always the people that are around you and love you that are gonna support you. And when it's meant to be, it'll work out. And I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I have a great core group. Like,
hey, cut that out, man. Cut that out. I didn't.
Alex is just.
I'm tearing up. I'm heartbroken. I can't have Calvin in. And I can.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, what?
Sorry, not sorry.
I'll get over it, I guess.
You'll never get over it. He's gonna be the one that's got away.
True.
He'll just be close enough to for you to look, but you just can't touch.
That's the worst. That's
a
torture.
mannequin.
I'm gonna be like on the other side of the glass. Yeah, rough.
Just screaming, crying, throwing up.
Doing Chris Brown dances.
Low key. I gotta do all that. But yeah, low key. During the wedding, sometimes I'd be like, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Let me in there.
Right after we signed the official marriage license.
Low key. Do you do that? I don't know anything about marriage.
I just went to the bathroom and all of the mirrors are broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about marriage.
I'm pretty sure you sign the license after like the ceremony's done and like before you take pictures and everything. But I'm not 100% sure. I've never been married, so I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't even know about like wedding rings and bands and stuff like that. So I'm saying,
that'll be fun. We can talk about that all day.
Can I have one?
What?
Huh?
Nothing.
You said, can you have one?
Yeah. Can I have one?
They don't just hand them out like candy, bro.
Hey.
I can't.
Hey, give somebody get my man cuffed up.
Somebody proposed to me.
He likes gold, so gold jewelry, preferably, right? He's wearing gold.
And silver. I like both. I like them both. I just want someone to love me.
I just like jewelry.
He wants a 14-karat diamond with sparkles.
Princess
and
cut bitches.
A beautiful, a band. He wants a 3-layer band.
Okay.
And it just gets to be fabulous.
Damn, you bougie.
I mean,
if you're not going into debt,
you just really want me, and you deserve it.
All right.
I think the funnest part about like engagement ring shopping is trying them all on because I wanted every single one that I tried on.
Hell yeah.
I did. You can ask Calvin. I was like, I like this one, and then I like this one, and then I like this one, and then I like this one.
Get her the rest.
I was like, I want this one.
Are you saying she doesn't deserve all of them?
Oh.
That's messed up.
Here we go.
Hey, make the podcast pop off. I'll buy her all of them. I'm gonna go in that.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for all of her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in that store. Give me all of them.
Yeah.
I don't care if they
The
don't
whole
fit.
store.
Put it all in the bag.
Put it all.
Yeah. Put the rings in the bag. I'm gonna pay for them.
Yeah. Sure.
Any more flags or are we caught up?
How we feeling? How we feeling?
We're going a little long. Also, it's
Okay.
about 1.
I understand. I know
1:40,
you
so-
absolutely have to.
My
Yeah, we
butt
have to
also
record
hurts in this
the-
chair.
Oh yeah, we still have to actually record one more bit. So.
Oh, true.
All right. So then, real quick, before we go, everyone give what you think is a pillar to a healthy relationship.
Can I say communication?
Damn.
Want to?
that is the pillar.
Yeah.
Of relationship.
Yeah.
Communication.
I know we kind of talked about it earlier. I will say a good sex life is also a pillar to the relationship. If your relationship dynamic is one where you have a sex life in general, because there are people who are in relationships that don't necessarily have sex. So
Yeah. I was gonna say communication, but it's okay. I will say a good support group as well, because sometimes you can talk things out between you two, which obviously is like the first step. But sometimes you need to talk to a homie and kind of get an outside opinion to take into consideration. Not saying listen to exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's good to have a second a second
Someone
doctor's
uninvolved.
opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially from someone you can trust. Like if it's someone that has like genuine good intentions for
Yeah.
you, always seek out that information.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a person who's closer to you, and not close at all to your partner, don't pick that person.
Yeah.
Because they have a heavy bias.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you don't want anybody that has any biasness. You want
Yeah.
someone that's
Yeah.
really genuinely like
Someone
in
that's
the
willing to call
middle.
you on your shit. if
Yeah,
there's something
exactly.
going on. Yeah.
I think safe
Punk
space
is
is like number one for a pillar.
Yeah.
Because when you have a safe space with your partner, I feel like that just allows everything else to flow naturally. If your partner feels like they don't have a safe space with you, I feel like that affects every aspect of your relationship. Like I can't sleep with somebody I don't feel comfortable with, or tell them how I feel, or be who I genuinely am if I'm not comfortable with you. If I'm not comfortable, there's no relationship. There's no point in us being together. There's nothing. We're just wasting each other's time.
Facts.
Do I got to say it again? Period.
All the good ones got taken.
Low key. Nah, low key.
What's important to you as far as your relationship?
They've all been said.
Yeah.
But I have another one that I thought of. It's more so like willing to be open to understanding the other person. And it doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but just understanding their point of view, their side, and even using that to kind of
Being able to
improve
effectively
yourself.
listen.
Yeah, like listen to
Empathy?
Empathy,
Sympathy?
Yeah,
Empathy.
empathy. Just I feel like that
Empath.
builds good trust because you don't agree with them, but at least you can say, I understand what you're saying. I get your side of it, but then also them, being able to understand your side of it and being able to come to a compromise.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
I think though, like being able to have that disagreement is what creates dialogue between a relationship. Like if he went along with everything that I'd say, I'd get sick of him. I'd get sick of him. I'd get sick of
Stop
his
saying
opinion.
yes, bitch.
Right,
Yeah.
because it's
Damn.
like he has no opinion. But see, I feel like it's almost reverse because I feel like I'm always asking him his opinion, and I always want like his
Okay, never mind. We're good now.
decision. Huh?
Sorry, we were going to dangerous territory. We're speed running again, but it's all right. It's all right. You can keep going. You can keep going.
Am I good?
Episode's
Am I
over.
still okay? Okay.
Well, I still
Well,
got.
no.
If you want to do a part 2 or something, I don't know.
Like I feel
More
like
green flags next
having-
time.
having those disagreements is able to like make you see different perspectives, because when your partner is always like a yes man, you're not really getting their actual perspective. They're not giving you an opinion, and it's like, okay, well, like, yeah, I want your opinion sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't need it for everything.
And also
Although
it's
I
unhealthy,
value
too.
it.
True.
Yeah,
Stop
like
it.
I'm not gonna have him make every single decision for me, but like sometimes I just want him to make a decision, and I don't want to have to think about it.
Yeah.
And I think like that is a red flag, not red flag. Sorry, that's a green flag. But like when you constantly 100% want your partner to make all those decisions, then it's like make them for yourself.
Yep.
Whether you choose the right one or the wrong one, like make a decision.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna die, hopefully. Unless it's like a really,
Unless you're into
life
that
or
legal
death,
stuff,
yes.
then
But like, make those
Let me know.
decisions. Don't be afraid to make those decisions. Like I'm one of those people that I'm afraid to make the wrong one, and I'm afraid that like what's gonna happen if I make the wrong decision. I'm gonna mess everything up. I'm gonna completely like, everything's gonna be a disaster. So I'd rather somebody else take that responsibility. But at the same time, I need to feel more comfortable within myself to do that.
I mean, you gotta have that faith in your partner that they're gonna be
Yeah.
understanding, and that,
Mhm.
like you said, that you have that safe space that even if you do mess up, they'll be like,
Yeah, like
you're a
I've done
person, you're
things-
human,
Yeah.
you're allowed to make mistakes.
Right. I've
yeah.
done things where like I've hated myself for it, and Calvin's like, it's really not a big deal. Like
Yeah.
you calm down. Like you're okay.
Low key, who gives a
hey,
fuck?
calm
No,
down,
like,
bro.
he's
Relax.
Never, I don't think he's
Damn.
never. He's never told me to calm down. He's like,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Calm down. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
he'll be like, you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, everything is going wrong and it's a disaster. And like I freak out. And then he's kind of just like that safe space that brings you back, brings you to your center. Like it's all about being centered. Living a centered life just makes you feel better. When you're all over the place and you're uncentered, it's just ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nasty.
Yeah, it's no fun. You just feel off. You don't feel like yourself. Like when I don't feel like myself, I'm horrible. Like horrible. Like I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, don't
I'm
talk to me.
miserable. Right. Like, and it affects my partner and my relationship. So it's like, if I'm like that, I'm not only affecting me, I'm affecting him. And it's like, now where do we go from here?
You never want to do that.
No, communication, trust, like all that stuff. Everything that these lovely men have said today is all accurate.
And this lovely lady as well.
Oh,
True,
thanks.
absolutely. She's been spitting today, going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes, can be smart. I sometimes have a perspective on things.
Well, considering you've given a lot of perspective,
I was gonna
think
say,
it's more than
yeah.
just
Oh,
something-
listen, this is nothing. Like, trust me, if y'all wait till we get to a trauma show.
Oh yeah.
She could be a certified yapper sometimes. But it's okay.
Damn.
I still love her.
Somebody's about to go home with Alex tonight. If he's not careful.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm gonna super glue your hands together.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just a little warm in here. Well, I'm a little warm anyway.
He's getting all hot and bothered.
Okay.
Alex, you can never have my man. Ever.
We'll see.
We'll discuss this
I take it
after the
back.
show.
Yeah. All right. Everybody feeling good? Feeling alive?
Feeling great.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. All right. Well,
Thank you to our
Yes.
wonderful special guest.
yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
My lovely fiance.
Thank you for showing up in this podcast, and also
Yeah.
thank you for showing up in Calvin's life
True.
and
Aw,
improving
thank
it
you.
and making it better. Because quite frankly, he was annoying as hell before you showed up.
Oh, God, no,
Oh,
kidding,
you
kidding.
guys are
Too
so
much.
sweet. Well,
Yeah.
thank you
The
guys
truth
for
comes
being a
out.
part of his
Oh.
life. You guys were there when I wasn't. So, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, we held him down, but honestly, it was getting too much.
It's okay.
Damn.
Alex was starting to lose his grip on him. It's totally fine.
Didn't think
Never.
that was possible.
Tight grip.
No, but in all
Oh,
serious-
well.
in all serious-
Oh, we gotta be gentle.
Cut it.
This is a kid-
Cut
this
it.
is a kid show.
I don't think it is.
I cursed a lot on this kid show.
I talked about sex a lot.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
No, but genuinely though, thank you
Yeah,
so much
for
for
sure.
everything, for
Yeah.
making him
Nice.
happy.
Mhm.
It's noticeable and it's yeah.
You
can't
guys
thank
are all
you
so
enough.
Sure.
sweet. Well, thank you guys. I hope this podcast pops off, of course. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
being the first guest or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
First guest.
You know?
Yes.
Not for the last time either.
Nope,
Yeah.
definitely not. You'll definitely see my face more than once. But yeah, check it out. Check out the podcast. Listen to the amazing things that these guys got to say. It's always fun, always entertaining, and I promise you'll be pissing yourself by the time you're done listening to the episode. So on that note, though, thank
All right.
you everybody, and back
Yeah.
to our host.
Thanks for listening. This has been another episode with,
Da boys.
and we're out.
That's a wrap.
Beautiful.
Yeah.